anybody, but I do have.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yes, sir. What's up, baby?
How are you? How are you?
I think I'm a Claymore mine right now. I am, and yeah. Be careful.
Go on.
Well, traffic kind of messed up my body clock.
Oh.
So some things I should have hit by now.
Oh.
Some markers I should have hit.
Stay over there.
Yeah, just in case.
This is a closed environment, just so you understand.
If I run out of the room, you know what happened.
Hey,
okay.
Look at me.
Yeah,
I get it.
No warning
We're
shots.
Good. We're
DEFCON
good.
1.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Good
I'm
weekend
going
for you?
What's that?
Good weekend for you?
Good weekend, I think. Yeah.
You think?
Good family weekend. Walked the hell out of my family.
Oh,
Did.
yeah?
2 days in a row, warm out.
Like getting a dog out of the house so he sleeps.
Yeah, we walked everywhere down in PV. There's a lighthouse down there. Walked them about a good 5-6 miles. Never been that far.
Okay.
Yeah, so the girls wanted to take a break after the first mile. I laughed.
Well, come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we kept going, wore them out to the point where I got to watch movies at night.
Oh.
Yeah, some movies I wanted to see.
What'd you watch?
Do you ever remember a rock movie called Faster? Anybody?
No.
It's this is after Tooth Fairy. This is after Game Plan. This is after the softer rock when he
I don't
started
know that
doing
one.
family movies. So he went back to the action with Faster.
Okay.
And it's just basically him going around shooting people. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
That's the whole movie.
Yeah.
And Billy Bob turns out to be the bad guy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. That's the whole movie.
I'll
There we
have
go.
to-
But I got to watch that.
Faster.
Faster.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
super
don't
simple.
know it. I'll have to check it out. Em, how
you
was
can
your
miss
weekend?
it. Yeah, you can miss it.
Oh, yeah, I can miss
You
that
can
one?
miss it, yeah.
Roars to you?
Course. Yeah, weekend was great.
Yeah.
I started my weekend at the Laker game.
Oh,
I went
nice,
to the Laker
nice.
game on Friday night. It was really fun. I went as a fan, so I got to sit in the arena. Thank you, Michael, for those tickets. But it was really, really fun, and I really liked getting to enjoy it through my friend Rachel's eyes. It was her first NBA game ever.
Oh.
She's a big Laker fan,
Nice.
and so it was really cool to be able to have the childlike wonder
Yeah.
Glad they won
of
for you. Yeah.
exactly.
That's always fun to take
Yeah.
somebody to a thing they've never been to before.
Yes.
That whether it's a Laker game, a Dodge game, Disneyland, like one of those things that they've never been to before, to see them kind of do it the first time. That's always
We
very
take
cool.
pictures of
Wonder.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's cliche at this point, but I remember the first time going to a major league game, and when you walk in, you see how big it is.
It sounds different.
It sounds
Yeah.
different, but it's so vast. Like you've seen, until you've been in a big league ballpark, you've seen baseball diamonds
Yeah.
before, but they just feel so enormous.
I
That's
feel
cool.
so privileged when you go in there and you see that floor. It's like, wow, I feel special to be in here.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
Yeah.
It was we took pictures in front of the statues.
Yeah.
She
Oh.
bought jerseys for her and her wife and everything. It was
Nice.
really fun to we get to
What
do all the
jerseys
fun.
did she get?
She got Luka jerseys.
Oh,
because they
perfect.
actually also have a thing where they're
What did you think?
Well, okay, here are the other options.
She bought a Gabe Vincent.
Had it,
Yeah.
Well, that's a Travis purchase.
Jackson
There's
Hayes,
LeBron.
right?
The Gaucho purchase for me, but you could get a LeBron. Nobody's going to look weird
Everybody's
at
got a
you.
LeBron.
AR would be a choice too. You're getting more and more
Yeah.
Austin Reeves.
Or
That
like a
says a lot
plain
about
jersey.
you if you buy an
Yeah.
8R.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
But
Yeah, for sure.
she got 77 too because it has meaning to her and her wife. They went to that's their battalion or something like that.
Oh,
so
nice.
Oh, okay.
77 worked both ways
There
of
you
the
go.
Luka jerseys and because of that.
I thought about that 77 on him. That's apropos. He looks like a left tackle. Doesn't he, though?
Yeah, he does.
A left tackle playing basketball.
You forget how tall. He's as tall as Andrew Whitworth.
He's a big right.
Yeah.
And Witt is a giant,
Witt,
right.
when he's on the football field, looks like a giant. And when
Right.
you look at Luka out on the basketball court, you're like, oh, he's just regular
normal,
size.
yeah.
He's as big as Andrew Whitworth.
He's the king of the old man game.
Yeah.
I've just decided
That's why
Yeah.
he's going to age really well.
Yes, his feet never leave the ground,
Yeah.
or they're 2 inches. That's it. It's
for
amazing.
sure. Buenos dias.
Hey, buenos dias.
How was your weekend?
That was cool. Just
Yeah?
chilling at home, babysitting. Wife went to the spa and
Daddy
Is it
daycare?
okay? Is it babysitting if it's your own children?
Yes, if
Yeah.
you're the man. man.
I'm watching the kids.
There
I
you
think
go.
it's
That's
just
better.
watching
Say
your
that.
children.
I'm watching the kids.
I'm watching the kids.
Yeah.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted the weekend. That was Sunday off, so I was like, "Yeah, do your thing," and watching,
took-
the kids, watching the game,
to the
having
spa?
a beer. Yeah,
I'm so
Yeah,
proud of you.
man.
That's awesome.
she went
Yes.
with the moms, with her mom.
That's a win-win.
fun,
You get
yeah.
to spend time with the kids.
Correct.
She gets to go do something with her mom that she enjoys, and you don't have to do it.
And she said, "There's a 12-pack in the garage fridge, so go enjoy." I'm
I
like,
get
Are
a
you serious?
Oh my man! Yes.
What a weekend.
I get a text from him yesterday.
I
and he
didn't drink
goes,
the whole thing.
I'm opening up a beer right now.
Nice.
And I'm like,
What a
oh
weekend.
boy, that's how you do
right.
it.
How do you not like spa days?
I just don't like the whole
Yep,
process.
same
The
here.
only-
You don't like spas?
Same here.
I was just being general. You don't like spa days?
I don't.
Really?
I don't.
How do you not like a
I
spa?
don't. I can't relax.
The whole point is to relax.
I know.
I don't
can't.
think you like being touched by a stranger.
I'm getting better at that. Like I've come around the corner on pedicures. I'm all in on that.
Okay.
I before I'm like never, and now I'm like, yeah, it's not so
Not
bad,
bad, right?
Not
Yeah.
so bad at all. But I can't relax with a massage. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Really?
Maybe I need to readdress it. I can't
Have
do
a
it.
martini or two before you go. There you go.
Funny you should ask.
Yeah.
I avoided the martini on Friday.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay.
I did on Friday.
Well,
good
yeah,
for
what
you.
about Saturday and Sunday?
Don't worry about Saturday. We'll get to Saturday.
Okay, but you got one day. Okay, good.
Friday. What did I do Friday? We went to not a new place, but a place we haven't gone to frequently. Sat at it was a wine bar kind of
Yeah, yeah.
situation.
You said you were
Perfect.
You
I was
were
looking
you-
for some wine.
You
Nailed
wanted
it.
wine, not martini.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
I
you got the wine.
Succeeded.
Did you come back with the martini?
No.
What are you trying not to tell me about Saturday?
We'll get to Saturday. We'll
happened
get to
to
it later.
Saturday?
We had a long day. We had a great day on
Great
Saturday.
day? Just a great long day?
What
All right.
turned out to let's go grab some lunch turned into a Dana Point bar crawl.
Awesome.
It was pretty great.
You and Susan, or
Yeah.
you in a group?
Me and Sue.
A couple's bar crawl.
Susan.
I like it.
It was so good.
What time did you get home?
So this is keep in mind who you're talking to here.
What time did you get home?
I'm not a late night guy.
Yes.
It was still daylight out by the time we got home.
Okay. How many bars did you hit?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When do you see? This is the thing with a bar crawl. When do you determine it's time to leave?
So
Let's go to the next bar.
You want the story right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here's the story. So Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, Susan and I, we get up and we're gonna go do our walk. We did
Okay.
it. We did a good hard walk. I wore my vest. I had a little weight
Yeah.
on, so it was great. Felt great when we're done.
Okay.
Sweated up. We're home. It's 10:30, 11 o'clock, and feeling good, right? So
What are you playing?
Story time. That was
Oh,
our story
story
time
time.
music.
It's the Forrest Gump theme, but go on.
And so she says she had to go run some errands and stuff. I said, okay, cool. It's about 11. I'm showered. I'm clean. I feel good. My body's exercised and
Yeah.
sweated up. I'm feeling vital and good. And I said, you know what I'm going to make? I'm going to make a michelada. So I did. And it was awesome. And I sent a picture to him.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
it was good. It was so good, I made a second one. So now it's about 11:45.
Okay.
Okay?
After walk.
Yes.
2 in. Okay.
2 in.
This is noon. Okay.
Not yet, it's not.
Almost noon.
Almost noon.
Feeling good. Okay.
So
Yeah.
Susan, I look at my watch and she says she'll be home around 1. I'm looking, I'm going around an hour and 15, 20 minutes. I fall asleep on the couch.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Because it was one of those fork in the road moments.
yeah.
If we go for a third michelada or whatever, it's going to be bad.
I thought the third one was
so.
coming.
So
Okay.
I fall asleep for about an hour or so. Susan comes home. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock.
How was that nap, though?
It was wonderful. Guess what I had on in the background?
What?
Golf.
Oh.
Just birds chirping, just perfect. Just a little conversation in the background. It was lovely.
You can relax there, but not as far.
Yeah, I'm on my couch and I've got 2 micheladas in my stomach. It was
Okay,
great.
go ahead.
So
Yeah.
she comes home. She's like, let's go get some lunch. Awesome. Let's go get some lunch. We go to this place we like down in Dana Point, and we're sitting at the bar. Basketball game's on, the Florida Auburn, I believe it is. So we get a cocktail, margaritas. Okay, we each get a
Okay.
margarita. It's great. So then we order a little lunch, and we decide we can get a bottle of wine with lunch.
Nice.
So we do that. And then we said it was so gorgeous out on Saturday. It was so beautiful. We're down near the harbor, and perfect out. It's like 75 degrees, sunny, no wind. Perfect.
Yes.
Like, hey, let's just walk down here
This is
and
what the
see
taxes
what's
are
up.
for. Yes. Okay.
We walk down. There's this brew pub we had never been into that is there. People sitting out front throwing cornhole. It's a beautiful day. Like, you want to go in and grab a beer? Went in and grabbed a beer. Sit there for 20 minutes, a half hour.
This is
play
after the wine?
After the wine.
After the wine.
And the
Okay.
margaritas
This
and
is
the
getting better.
micheladas.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have a beer at this place and it's good. And we're like, I don't really want to go home yet. Do you? No, not really. Let's keep going. So we walk a little further down and we get to another spot.
Ask a question real quick. Are you just talking to Susan or
Just the two
other
of us.
people?
Well, we're talking to people like at the bar and stuff,
Oh,
just
okay.
chit chatting, but
Okay,
just
go
the
ahead.
two of us. We're not with another couple or
You're
anything.
just, but
Just
okay,
the
go
two
ahead.
of us.
Yeah.
So we go to the next place, sit at the bar to watch the end of the basketball game. The Auburn, who'd they play? Florida. And so we're watching that. Had 2 drinks at that bar. It's beautiful. It's an open air bar. They can slide all the glass doors open. So it's great. We're sitting there having a great time. So we're done there. Like, okay, we should probably get going. And then Susan's like, "Are you hungry again?" I said, "Believe it or not, yeah, I kind of
I
am."
love me some Susan.
And she says, "What about we
Heck
go
yeah.
to Gianna, which is right across the street, which is this little Italian place." So we go over there, get pizza and a salad and another bottle of wine.
Why not? Why not?
At that point, you asked the question, how did I know it was time to go home?
Yeah.
When she could no longer communicate with the waiter.
Oh, really?
That's when it was time to go home.
The speech was altered.
And I said, check, please.
Yeah.
And we paid the bill, and I called the Uber, and we went home, and it was about 7 o'clock. Went home, watched the end of the Duke game, watched them completely collapse, which was a glorious way to end the night.
I'm so with you.
And went to bed.
And
woke
then
up the-
collapsed.
It was great.
Oh, my gosh.
That was my
Wait,
Saturday.
what did she say to the server?
Nothing. She was trying to ask a question, and it was
Play
didn't
the
come out great.
bathroom.
And I gave her the look that's like, you need
Time to
just-
go. Oh, okay.
We'll just take that check when you get a sec. Thank you very much.
See, usually that's me. That's a great week.
Yeah.
That's a great day.
It
That's
was
awesome.
a-
I love
and
those days that never stop. Yeah.
Because we spread it out. I don't know how old that was, like 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
Right. We were home at a normal time. Went to bed at a normal time. Woke up, felt great.
You're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
See, there you go. That's
It
what I'm
was a
talking about.
great day.
I love those spontaneous yes days.
Yes.
You ever had a yes day? Everything's a yes. Let's go
Yes.
do this. Yes.
Yes.
Would you like another bottle of wine?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Why?
Yes.
Because we can.
Yes.
We're adults.
We had a great time.
Didn't Shonda Rhimes write that book, The Power of Yes, or something?
Is it really?
Yeah.
I know there was a movie called Yes Day.
And I think it's based off of Shonda Rhimes' book.
Is that what it is? Okay, yeah. They blackmailed their parents. They can't say yes or they can't say no an entire day.
Perfect.
Yes, let's go to Disneyland. Yes.
We had one of those. And the
I
food
love
was
those.
good. Pizza was good. I had some oysters
How
along
was
the
Sunday?
way. Fine.
No, good. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
no,
Okay, good.
it-
You soaked it all up.
It was a long, slow burn.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was, well, Susan aside, there was never like the peak. It was just kind of at this nice, lovely plateau. the whole
Nice.
day.
And the book is The Year of Yes.
The Year of
Shonda
Yes.
Rhimes.
The year of yes. You're busy tonight because Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and DeMarco Farr, a special viewing of Monday Night Raw tonight at Hollywood Park Casino. There will be a grand prize, 1 pair of tickets to WrestleMania in Las Vegas. You must be present to win. You must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7. Lakers with a blowout
Yeah,
win last
baby!
night, and man, oh man, if that's
Needed
the
that.
ceiling, let's go.
Needed that.
That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All power, zero compromise. Eagle cordless outdoor power equipment features advanced lithium battery technology that exceeds the power and performance of gas without the noise, fuss, or fumes. From blowers and trimmers to mowers and pressure washers, one battery powers over 90 tools. No wonder it's the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Power beyond belief. Visit egopowerplus.com to learn more or to find an Ego retailer near you. That's egopowerplus.com.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
What's the true pizza? Margarita pizza?
Margarita pizza.
Mozzarella, basil, and tomato sauce.
With the big fat pieces of mozzarella?
That's good.
That's the true pizza?
I don't know. I know I like it. I don't know if I'll eat it all day long.
Then with the white people tacos, I like the other. I don't like that type of pizza. That's not fun.
That's like the Italian version of pizza, which is
it wouldn't be my first choice, but if somebody came in here with boxes of pizza and we opened it up and that's all there was, I would eat multiple slices.
Some dude from Italy was at a party. We brought pizza, and it was from Fresh Brothers. Good pizza, right? And he frowned upon it. This isn't real pizza. Gave us a whole rundown on what pizza really is.
Then don't eat it.
Does he want to buy the pizza?
I took his plate. Give me that. You know, you don't deserve this pizza. Thank you very much. Take your butt back to Italy. Sorry. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, would he like to buy the quote unquote real pizza and cater your party?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Starve.
This is the pizza that we have in America.
There's celery and peanut butter for you right there. Go ahead.
That's quite a left turn from pizza to
you can have some wine with
peanut butter.
There you go.
Ooh, celery and wine. That doesn't sound very good.
You don't denigrate the pizza, man. No, especially when everybody's having fun.
You know what somebody says? Would you like a slice of pizza? Yes, please.
As well as how long has this man lived in America? Because he's has to be used to this is our version of pizza these days.
I think he was faking that accent. I really do. Every now and then it would slip. I was like a Inspector Clouseau. I'm like, every now and then there's some American words in there. I hear you. I think you're faking it right now, Mario.
His pizza order was he was true to
also
true
Mario
to his
is the
ruse.
name you make up if you're thinking of a fake Italian.
Luigi
or Mario.
Right, there you go.
There's a reason they're both in Super Mario Brothers.
Of course.
Right.
Which is also funny to think about that's a Japanese game with thought of Italian people, and it was like, oh, Mario and Luigi.
Mario. Yeah. Yes. Wow.
Good game.
Yes.
Good
Luca
game.
could be Italian. No, I guess not. What is Luca?
Sure.
Yeah, there's
Luca
a
L-U-C-A,
Luca could be
though.
Italian. That's right.
Luca could be Italian.
C, not K, if it's going to be Italian.
Luca had, what did Luca finish with last night? 30 again. It seems like he has 30 every single night. They blow out OKC. They beat him by 27 points. And this is not one of those weird end of the season. We didn't play any of our guys. You played all of your guys. This was the Lakers played their guys. Oklahoma City played their guys. And the Lakers kicked their butts.
No doubt. Up and down the floor. It was fun. That's why I'm so happy. I'm glad you got to see a victory and your friend got to see a victory, and they beat OKC. It's great for the Lakers as far as seeding. But you know what kept coming up in my brain? We talked about this on Friday. It was a throwaway right when Clinton left. Remember when Greg Maddux was telling us about what he did to Bagwell when he threw him a meatball and he hit the home run? He was like, why'd you do that? Because I'm setting him up for the playoffs.
I'm going to need to do the opposite later.
Right.
Think that's what this was? That's interesting.
Maybe, I don't know. But when you look at it, the only thing that's different from the Lakers is they shot the three better.
55%.
That's great. You can't rely on that, but that's awesome. The other thing is OKC the last 2 weeks just not getting to the line. So either they're backing off and getting ready for the playoffs, or they're just not getting calls anymore. But if you hold SGA to one free throw attempt, yeah, you're going to beat OKC. But I think that's impossible. Either they're backing off or they're just not getting calls.
Yeah,
one way or the other.
That's really interesting, the free throw attempt thing, because he's going to get to the line.
Yeah,
that's going to happen. And once you get to the playoffs, he's very likely to be the MVP. The MVP gets calls. So how it works. That's fine. It worked for LeBron. It worked for Jokic. If you are one of those guys, you get calls. That's just life in the NBA.
2 weeks in a row, though.
Yeah.
One free throw in 2 weeks.
Could be weird.
Yeah.
Could be a weird set of circumstances.
2 games, not 2
but
weeks. Yeah.
I think from the Laker perspective, for me, not only did they kick their butts, which is nice to see, there's a confidence builder. It's in OKC, knowing that you could potentially have a matchup where you got to go in there and win a game, having just recently won a game there. I think that's all good news. But to your initial point about how the Lakers shot the ball yesterday, they shot the ball 55% from behind the line.
Yeah.
That, like you said, you can't count on that. But even if that backs up to just a good number as opposed to an extraordinary number, they're still very much in the game. And to hit threes at a good number, I don't think is something that is an aberration. They can shoot the three well. And if they have effort on the defensive end, which they did.
And they did.
And if they shoot the ball well, not lights out like this, just shoot the ball well, their ceiling is limitless. That defensive effort combined with good shooting, not extraordinary 50+% shooting, just good shooting. DeMarco, I don't want to whammy them because I am a little superstitious with this stuff, but the ceiling for that team with that is almost limitless.
No,
they can
that's
beat
no whammy.
anybody like that.
That's legit. That's no whammy. And we said, and this is the thing, if you get a chance to keep OKC in a half court, get a chance to set up your defense against them, let's see what happens. So you saw, especially when you're shooting well, and on the defensive end, everybody was locked in. So that was big for the Lakers players to go in there and get a win versus OKC. It is weird. It's not necessarily fear. It's just like a race car driver getting back in the car after a wreck. It's something that, you have bad feelings about, but you're a pro. But getting that win there is going to be huge going forward in the postseason. Because if you have to go back there, you can always say, hey, look, this is what we did here. We blew them out here.
I think that's what makes tomorrow night really interesting.
Yeah.
Right? They play them again in Oklahoma City again tomorrow night. And we'll see who plays. The Lakers have to keep their foot on the gas because of the seeding. Oklahoma City really doesn't. They're going to be the number one seed.
Yeah. You think they're backing off?
Or
they're just not getting calls?
So here's my question. I don't know is the short answer, but if they kick their butts again, that can't just be we've taken our foot off the gas a little bit. Because that's bad habits, right?
Yeah.
That's just giving the other guy confidence. I don't care. Look, if you're Greg Maddux level gifted and I can give you one knowing that down the line I'm going to use that to take one from you, okay, this isn't Greg Maddux. These guys are climbing the mountain for the first time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to really mess around like that would be a really big swing.
That's a defending champion type
if
tactic.
If the Celtics were doing that, you're like, okay. If the Warriors did that, okay. OKC, I don't know.
It could be that the Lakers are just that much better than OKC, and what a lot of people think is the Lakers actually might be the best team in the West right now, or they picked the Lakers to come out of the West, and it's hard to say they're wrong when you have AR that's hitting, when you have LeBron on the floor being the anchor of your defense, plus being LeBron on the offensive end, and then you have an unguardable guy like Luka. Why wouldn't you pick them? I just thought that maybe OKC would be a little bit more of a challenge, which makes me think this might be fool's gold for now. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. I'm trying not to get too pessimistic or overboard. Right.
I'm trying to figure out what it means.
Yeah.
Because it looked great.
It's a win.
It is.
Yeah.
And it looked great, and they shot well, and they played good defense, and OKC did play their guys. It isn't one of those, SGA didn't play, Jay Williams didn't play.
No, they played.
They played their guys.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of information there. I want to go back to something you said a second ago, that people think that this is the best team in the West. I don't know. I don't think they're that. I think Oklahoma City, over the course of the entire season, has clearly established themselves as the best team. I think where, as a Laker fan, and where Laker fans can feel pretty good about what's going to happen over the next few weeks, hopefully, is among the rest, if OKC is on a tier by themselves and everyone else is in the group of the rest, there's nobody in the group of the rest that's better than they are.
Yeah.
There's nobody else in the group of the rest that you look at and go, I don't like that. Like, take your pick, whether it's Denver or Houston or Golden State or the Clippers or Minnesota or whoever these other teams may be, Memphis. The Lakers not only can, but would likely be, if not favorites, on equal footing with all those teams. And that's exciting. They're going to have to catch a night to beat Oklahoma City. They're going to have to shoot really well. Oklahoma City is going to have to not get to the line.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to, some little thing needs to break their way for them to beat OKC 4 times in 7 games, but not against the rest of those teams.
Not
they
against
just need
the rest.
to play well.
I think what they've done, and this might be fair, tell me if you like the way this tastes or sounds or smells or whatever. I think all they've done with this win so far, we have to wait for Tuesday, they've raised expectations again.
Yeah.
But I don't think any other NBA team, like OKC, it's been smooth sailing for them all season.
It has.
I don't think anybody's gone through what the Lakers have gone through, and they're still trying to figure it out. Does that make sense?
It does.
But when you beat the number 1 team in the West like you did, it raises expectations, especially around here.
If they go out there tomorrow, and what did they win by? They won by 27? Yeah, they won by 27, okay? And they turn around, they lose by 15, we're right back where we were.
Here we go again.
Yeah,
right.
and it's one of these.
But if they blow them out again.
But not even if they blow them out.
Yeah.
Yes, if they blow them out.
Yeah.
But let's say they win by 5 points. 2, 1, doesn't matter. But they win again, and both teams play their guys. And let's say the Lakers, instead of shooting 55%, shoot 39%, which is pretty darn good, right? And all of a sudden, it's like, okay, they don't have to be extraordinarily hot to beat them. They just need to be good to beat them. Then I think the horse is out the gate.
Right.
That's just one of those.
Okay,
They're
at the right
they're
time.
feeling it. They're hot at the right time. Now, if they stay where they are seeding wise, they wouldn't play them until the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is from 2 down to 8. The whole thing is just smashed
I'm trying
together.
to tamp down my excitement, but it's hard to when you blow out OKC. And I don't know if you have the Pink Panther loaded up there, but I just have a question for you real quick. So listening to the post-game press conferences, right? So you got JJ, and JJ's always fun to listen to, great info. Then they go right to LeBron. And he praises AR and messes
He
with
being
AR.
LeBron? Okay.
Praises AR, messes with AR. Clearly they have a relationship. That might be his best friend in the locker room. Just guessing.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't be surprised.
No.
And it's always AR was great, and as long as AR gives us what he gives us, and Luka, is Luka, and he just moves on. So it just made me ask a question, right? If you did ask LeBron way back when about that trade, would he have said yes? If LeBron was actually involved in that trade and it came to him, hey, we're thinking about trading AD for Luka, would he have said yes?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think that LeBron James knows basketball?
Big time.
Me too.
Yeah.
So what's your question again?
But he is human. But he is human, and he's got an ego.
No, when someone says, would you like the best second or third best player in the league on your team, the answer is yes.
I think he might know Luka better than we do. I'm not. He maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
I think the answer is yes. Unless right before you asked him, he got kicked in the head by a mule.
Yeah.
The answer would be yes.
Okay.
I would like Luka
I'm just
on my
like
team.
it seems like LeBron is still in wait and see mode with this dude. Like
maybe he's trying to challenge him.
He might be.
Yeah.
That might be
maybe
it. I'm not giving you the love that you think you should get because I want you to be better. But
I
go
also
ahead.
think on the Pat McAfee show, he was talking about how if you don't think that Luka and I will play well together and succeed, then you don't know basketball. Anybody who knows basketball knows that. So clearly he would have he knows enough basketball that he would have been okay with it. I understand your point of ego and two egos feuding together.
He knows
but
what
I think the more the quote was, and I'll look it up, but it was more of Luka doing what he does and us trying to figure it out or something like that. Like
I understand what you're saying, and if you want to interpret that, you certainly can. And I'm not even saying it's the wrong way to do it. It could also just be, look, as long as Luka's Luka, which in other words, as long as we get an A+ from our A+ guy, we're good. That's not disrespectful. That's just he's one of the best. We need him to be the best.
It
we're
just
going to go
made
where
me
we
think.
want.
I'm like, if they did ask LeBron back in the day when AD is standing right there,
Yeah, the
we're going
answer
to
would
trade
be,
this guy for that guy.
Yeah, can I drive AD to the airport? that would have been
I
the answer.
would love to know the answer to that.
Oh, this is important. Let's try a quick phone call here. Let's go to Orange and Martin. Martin, you're on with Trav and DeMarco. What's up, Martin?
Guys, Luka is an Italian name. May I remind you? Thank you for inviting me onto your show. Don Travis, Don DeMarco, I hope your next child is a masculine child. Not only is Luca an Italian name, Luca is our button pusher. And he delivered the message last night. And what was the message? Shay in Oklahoma are sleeping with the fishes. We gave them.
Give it to
DeMarco,
me.
I had this Italian guy that I knew him my whole life. And any time we busted out some pizza or some spaghetti, he would go into his fake accent. And he'd be like, hey, you don't break spaghetti like that. You put it in the bowl. And I'm like, listen, buddy, it's been 70 years and I don't forget this. 70 years. You were on Hitler's side in World War II. Mind your business. I'm out of here. Lakers in 5.
Thank you, Martin. Anybody that's going to go back to the Axis powers of World War II is at least paying attention in school. I'll give you credit for that.
It might be the
Martin.
same guy. See,
That's,
but also don't break your spaghetti.
Don't break your
No, just,
spaghetti.
it'll soften in the pot.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
good.
going to be
might
okay.
be a deal breaker.
And don't rinse it after you've cooked it. That's the other no-no.
People
Sometimes
do
you
that?
gotta cool it though.
Then let it sit.
Yeah.
Let it
Certain
sit.
recipes
And you
call for
put
cooling.
a little water in the pot too. Yeah.
You might have to flash cool it though for.
Nope.
Maybe it's a cold pasta.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But you
saying.
don't rinse it. It takes all the starch
So
out
what
of
if
it.
you break
sit.
it? What's the big deal?
Don't break it.
What if you break
Bad
it?
luck.
Because it's lame and weird. Just
It
let
fits
it be
in my
what
pot.
it is.
It fits.
It's like wearing your
cool.
watch on your right hand.
No, what's the matter?
You know?
Yeah,
You can
well,
still
you're
do it
left-
on
but
your
if you're-
right
But if
pocket.
you're left-handed, you have to put your
I am
watch on
left-handed.
your
I just don't wear a watch.
I'm sure
I'm
there's
not doing
a
it.
Mexican food equivalent to breaking your pasta
Yes.
that someone can give us on Twitter.
No, there isn't. You just break it. And
I
it fits in the pot.
100% believe that there
I
would be.
won't eat your. If you broke pasta, I wouldn't eat it.
How can you tell I broke it?
Because
it'll
it'll
come
come
in
in short little pieces.
How can you tell? You can't tell.
Yes, you can because the pieces are
you
short.
This
obviously break
is a piece that is not broken. This is a piece that is
Unless
broken.
you're cutting my pasta like a child,
Well, that's why I have to cut it for my children.
then cut it afterwards. Not
All
for
right,
you. You're a
You
good
mentioned
adult.
that you listened to JJ Redick after
Yeah.
the game yesterday. So did I, and I saw something I absolutely love with this guy. We'll do it when we come back. It's Trav and DeMarco 710.
Don't break
cut
pasta.
your pasta on ESPN. You know, it would not cut. I guarantee you, my man Mike Capozio is not cutting his pasta. No chance, no how, no way. He would not do it. And what else he's going to do is he's going to make sure you get exactly the deal you want at Rotolo Chevrolet. That's why they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row, because they have the right cars and trucks at the right price and customer service that'll absolutely knock your socks off. So if you're out in the 909, the IE, if you're near Fontana, get yourself into Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, you can't miss it. If you're not on that side of town, but you're still looking for that great price, that great Silverado, that customer service that you're never going to forget, go online, RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO, RotoloChevy.com. And whether you go in or go online, make sure they know that Travis sent you, and you'll go see for yourself what I've been telling you for years. Well, I've bought cars from Rotolo Chevrolet. Well, I've turned my friends onto Rotolo Chevrolet because they just take care of you time after time after time. Go see for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
SoFi Personal Loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi Personal Loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Listen to our show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, all week long for your chance to watch Saturday night's LAFC match at BMO Stadium inside the 710 suite. When you hear the cue to call, you're going to want to be caller number 7. The winner picks up 1 4-pack of sweet passes. Listen all week long to this show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, for your chance to win only with 710.
Got to hit up Mario. I want to go back and watch more soccer.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That is, I am not the world's hugest soccer fan, but I've been to LAFC match 3 or 4 times. It's so much fun.
Oh my God,
it is
so much fun.
So much fun. The stadium is awesome.
Yeah,
the vibe is awesome. They're always pretty good. It's just a great day.
I feel so close to the field and to the players. It's like right in front of you. It's weird, and I just like the no breaks thing.
That's
just keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that's great. And the stadium is the perfect size.
Yeah.
Because it's almost always full. So you get the vibe of a full house, but it's intimate. It's just a nice, perfect little size.
No bad seat in there.
No bad seat. Can I ask a great, crazy, dumb question?
Yeah.
Messi's gone, right?
He left, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's back in Miami, sure.
I mean, he's back in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. So isn't there like a... Because that was a big deal.
Yeah, but I mean, you got another... on Wednesday.
Another one?
Yeah,
they're there,
it's
right?
the second leg. Yeah,
because they play 2 games instead of 3 games, which makes no sense.
Okay, it's 2
to
games
decide
compared
something.
to 7 games. Stop. You guys think it's...
I'm with Emily on this
I'm
one.
sorry.
No, stop. Okay, so I'd rather have 2 games than a series of 7. Like, come on,
Play
guys.
3.
No.
Have 1.
No. 2
Wait,
is
hold
fine.
on. Wait, hold on.
2 is not fine.
You played 2 games?
Well, for this tournament,
best
yes.
of 2,
But the
DeMarco.
final is one game. So
Why isn't this game 1 game?
don't ask me. I don't make
And
the
then
rules.
LAFC is like, wow, we get to go to the next game.
Why is it 7 games in the series? Or 5?
Because you have a winner.
Because someone will win one more than the other
why
guy.
Not
That's
play one
why.
game though? See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, then one person wins 1 game, like the NFL.
Hooray.
You're
0 for 2. Breaking pasta.
Hey, I didn't make the rules.
Here are the amount of games a series can have: 1, 3, 5, 7.
I've never heard of a 2-game series.
Or a 4 or a 6.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I've just
me-
never heard of a 2-game series.
If
That's
it was up to
interesting.
me, I would make everything like the World Cup. It's just 1 game elimination, done, get it over with.
Come on, Travis.
Finished.
Rock, scissors, paper. Best of 2.
See, he won both.
Yeah, that was no. I got him one. We actually did best of 3.
Oh.
We did. See, we can't do it. It makes no sense.
Your DNA will only allow you to do best of 3.
We got to go till we win.
And this is why soccer will never be the number 1 sport in America.
But it's in the world, so.
So you mentioned that you were watching JJ after. So I watched
Must
the
watch
Laker
for
game
me.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And game ends, and I was laying on the couch staring at my phone. And so the post game show started to run, and they go to JJ's press conference, right? I saying this as a compliment, so this just understand where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
He's perpetually grumpy and salty, and I absolutely love it Because it's one of those, no matter how good, and last night they beat the number one team by 27 points, and they beat them up and down the court. They're better defensively. They shot the ball better. They beat them. And you could tell he's like, I love that about him, that he is as demanding as he is, that he is as exacting as he is, and that he is as relentless in his pursuit of greatness as he is, because that is not something that I got from the previous guy.
Okay, I mean this with all respect, and I think this is great, because I think some coaches, regardless of sport, can't do this. I think he is great at reading the room. And I don't want to say the word acting. He's not acting. It's who he is. But he is giving you exactly what a coach should give you in that moment, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Because there was a momentary break when he laughed for a minute, and then he dialed it right back in and gave you the, like, even
Would
changed.
you see him kind of tweak Trudell a little bit at the very beginning?
Even changed his face. Like, it was funny, different JJ, and then he went right back to it like, I'm Greg Popovich right now. Let me answer only the question asked, and then move on.
Okay, it's funny you say that, because to me, Popovich's grumpiness was frequently performative. Not always. Okay. But frequently, like, oh, I'm Greg Popovich. They expect me to be a grump, a curmudgeon on the sideline, so I'll just do that thing.
Or he's got a message, something he wants to put out there.
But the message to, I don't know, the sideline reporter in the second quarter of game 35 of the season, I don't know what the message is there other than to just be difficult. But with his players, JJ always seems to be pushing. Like, always seems to be asking for a little bit more, while simultaneously giving praise when praise is due, compliments when compliments are earned, but never just completely not trying to get better. There's always let's push this a little bit further. There's always a sense of more with him that I really like.
There's reasons to hate Duke and players from Duke, but there's also reasons to love them, and that's part of it, because the attention to detail. They're going to do things right, and they always are going to push for the best of you and the team, of everything. They're always trying to do things right.
He's never satisfied.
Never. I love that about him. That would also drive me crazy if that was taken to the nth degree, like a Grayson Allen.
But there's a gray area between those two things. Like, Grayson Allen is a pest, and he is also tripping people and being a dirty player.
In his mind, he's trying to help Duke win.
I get it, but there's crossing that line. Redick never really feels like he's beyond that line of, and I guess what I'm getting at is this: they got 4 games left, and they're going to start a playoff series. We can talk about seeding here and coming up in a second. They just need to play well. You don't have to hope to catch a break, and you don't even have that thing where you're like, I hope the coach doesn't mess this up. Or if there is a decision to make, get a guy off the floor for foul trouble, or a late game lineup adjustment, an inbound play. JJ Redick will be on it. There's no like, what is he doing moment coming from him.
I don't have a problem with his rotations. I don't have a problem with...
It's competency.
It really is. The way he is actually coaching the team on defense when they are connected, and you can tell they're prepared for each and every opponent. Maybe part of that's him, part of that's LeBron. You do got a guy that's been on the floor for 22 years. That's definitely going to help. And he always points to LeBron being the anchor of the defense. But just being connected, doing the right things that will help you win ball games, he's on top of that.
It's so funny you said about him. Like, he does always make sure. I don't want to say to single out LeBron from the criticism, but it's always he's very complimentary of LeBron. Like, he pushes the whole group, but then there's also, and then LeBron was amazing. LeBron did this. LeBron brought his voice, his leadership, whatever it is. There's always that little bit of, hey, man, we got LeBron too. He gives them that little boost almost every time.
He gets it.
And
he
I
really
respect
does.
it.
I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, championship coach. I wouldn't let me move that again. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a multiple-time championship coach.
I think it was Friday. It was Thursday or Friday last week. When you said it, that really landed to me, because of the great Laker runs. There is a coach associated with those runs that
right
is
in the eye of the storm.
And a strong hand on the wheel as well.
Yes.
Someone who is incredibly competent, knows how to push the buttons on his best players, but he knows what he's doing. It's a strong hand on the wheel.
Like you said, Em, this is not, Pat Riley wasn't along for the ride.
No.
Phil Jackson wasn't along for the ride.
No.
It doesn't feel like J.J. Redick is along for the ride. It feels like
he's driving the car.
Yes.
And I want to tell a little anecdote from going to the game on Friday. At one point in the game, I was just watching JJ. I wasn't watching what was happening on the floor. I was seeing his reaction and what he was doing during the game and just watching him through a couple of different series. And there was one time the Lakers were on defense and they just had a break and they got a bad foul, and JJ was so irate. He got so far into the court that he was like on one of the logos, like maybe the BB Go logo or whatever, and one of the referees like looked behind him and was like, "Get back! What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Almost teed him up. And the thing is, he like Sean McVay is so invested in what's happening in this game and is so locked in that he needs a get back coach. I think one of his assistants need to be the get back coach for. And like Sean McVay and JJ Redick could be very similar in your thinking of them. They're a little bit wonderkindy, where like they get their job a little earlier maybe than they should have gotten, and they succeed almost right away.
Yep.
I wouldn't want that get back job.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. That's
for
a tough
either
one.
guy.
That's a tough one.
I want to sit there and watch him go onto the field and on the court. I'm amused by it.
Bro, he can look at you and say, move.
Yeah.
Right. Leave you alone.
Respectfully, Coach, would you please get back? No.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I love
Sorry.
it. I agree with you. He goes after every single point, and he just wants this team to reach their potential.
And he pushes. And
Big
their
time.
potential this year
could be championship. And
I'm
that's
with
fair
you.
to say now. Yep.
Far Side coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
I would run through a wall for J.J. Redick.
Well, I think that...
No, I mean just me as a...
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park party and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
Law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, basketball fans, John Ireland here. Austin Reeves has been playing lights out, and now he's bringing that same energy to his brand new signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Designed for top performance and comfort, these kicks are for players who grind just like Austin. He was hands-on in crafting every detail, making sure the AR2s deliver on and off the court. So go to rigorer.com, RIGORER. Don't wait. Own a pair of Austin Reeves' shoes. That's rigorer.com.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I need new rotors.
When you buy 2 Duralast rotors during our spring sale, you get Duralast brake pads free.
Free?
With the rotors.
Well, that's great. What if I need extra stopping power?
You can upgrade to Duralast Gold pads for just $10.
So Duralast pads are free.
Yep.
And an upgrade is just $10?
That's right. Part of the spring sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
Hey, see the video this week of Deion Sanders going after the NFL scout at Colorado's Pro Day?
I didn't.
First of all, Shador did great, fantastic, very accurate. There was this whole thing this weekend about him patting the ball. You guys, did you see any of that? So there's video of him dropping back to pass.
Yes?
Yeah. And a pro day. You've seen 1,000 pro days.
Sure.
The guy is accurate as all hell.
Yeah, he is.
But some guys had a problem with him patting the football, like he's patting it too much. I don't know who the safety was. There was a professional safety that chimed in, "Oh, you're patting the ball too much. We're breaking on everything." So that started this whole debate. It ended with they brought out Josh Allen, Stafford, every top quarterback you know, throwing touchdown passes on this guy,
pumping it
after patting the ball. So it was just weird. But there was a part where
film never lies. DeMarco.
Film never lies. I and this guy don't lie. But there's a part where and Deion, I've been saying this. He and Asante Samuel have been going back and forth about old stuff. And Asante Samuel actually thinks he might be a better corner than Deion. Hold it.
Well,
but they were talking about T-steps and how corners break on the ball, and one thing became obvious. There's more than one way to do it. There is. Not every player is going to do it exactly the same way, and you have a style, he has a style. As long as you make the play, who cares? But it's just so funny to watch these two guys go at it again. But Deion is at it again, so all of his players, well, they're not his players anymore because they don't play at Colorado. They're actually NFL draftees or hopefuls or whatnot. So they're not really your guys anymore. So there was a scout out there trying to tell these players, ex-Colorado players, what he wanted from them in a 40-yard dash, like how to get down in the stance. This is what I want to see. And then, so Deion pops out of nowhere and starts ripping the guy.
This is at Colorado?
This is at Colorado.
Colorado's Pro Day.
Colorado's Pro Day.
Okay.
So Deion starts ripping the guy, telling his ex-players, do it how you want to do it. You don't have to listen to him. And I get it. It's kind of the same thing. There is more than one way to do it.
There is.
And maybe your style is different from the next guy. But
can I ask, is
go
this
ahead.
like an NFL employee or is this an employee of a team?
This is an NFL scout.
Okay.
For
a specific team?
For a team.
Okay.
He's just telling you what he's looking for.
Okay.
So if you're that player that's not playing for Deion Sanders, I may be playing for this guy's coach. Who are you going to listen to?
That's what I was getting at. That's what I was asking. Like, I understand there's a lot of ways to get from here to there.
Right.
And I guess the only thing that would matter to me is whatever way is the fastest for you to get to here to there. I want to see that. But there's also I want to see if you can follow my instructions.
Right.
Just to see, I may be doing it just to see if you will do what I'm asking you to do. Right?
True.
Just like, and I know, like, hey, you're left-handed. Just throw this one with your right hand. Yeah, but I'm left-handed. I understand. Would
that.
You just throw
Right.
one with your right hand just to see if you'll follow instructions?
I thought it was interesting because everything's a test when you're about to be drafted, and you're right. I mean, this could be part of the criteria to whether this kid's going to be drafted or not. He is resistant to coaching, or he stopped listening to me and listened to Deion. So I thought Deion kind of put them in a bad situation.
I agree with you.
But this is part of it. This is part of what the evaluation process is going forward. I could not wait. As much as I loved UW, I could not wait to leave UW.
Yeah.
Because now I can do it my way.
Yeah.
Because up there, I got to do it their way.
Right.
And their way works.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it my way. So I got to, show you my entire game. And one more thing. Moving into this crazy offseason. So that transition from college to pro is weird for some guys, and I think Deion just made it a little bit tougher. Did you see the Mike Vrabel thing today that just came out? He wrote a voluntary letter to his players about voluntary workouts.
Okay, that doesn't sound particularly voluntary to me.
What does that say to you if your boss wrote you a voluntary letter about a voluntary whatever?
That it's not voluntary.
It's not voluntary.
I have come across those before, and it's not voluntary.
Look, anything that is deemed voluntary very clearly is not.
Right.
That if it is voluntary, there's no need to designate it as voluntary.
You also wouldn't have a follow-up email being like, hey, did you see this email?
Right.
That means I would like you to be there.
See, okay, so Vermeil did it weird. You can't really, it's voluntary, so I can't make you show up. But
Right.
what he did was keep score.
Right.
So you'd have to check in, right? And then he'd put percentages up on the board.
Right.
Of who has been here and who hasn't.
Right.
Right.
That does not meet the definition of voluntary.
He rarely cut a 100%er. A guy that was there every day. He rarely cut, but he rarely yelled at one of the guys that finished in the bottom 25, but that scored 13 touchdowns in the season.
Look, touchdowns are important. If you get into the end zone a lot, you don't have to come to practice.
Right. So
but the second you're not scoring touchdowns, hey, you missed practice. This is not complicated.
So the question to me was, how do you know if you're a player, should you show up or not? I said,
how many touchdowns
if
do
you have
score?
to ask, be there.
Right. Exactly. If you're not sure if you should be there or not, you should.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm just going to – Tom Brady did not have to be there. He was.
Right.
But he could choose not to be.
That's probably also why Aaron Rodgers is taking so long to be wherever he's going to be this season, is because he doesn't want to do this voluntary stuff.
If he actually showed up, I swear, Shuren's up sitting here, and I don't bet, but I would. If he showed up day one for any offseason program and was fully bought in, that team would go to the Super Bowl. If Aaron Rodgers was bought in
even now?
From day one, even at this point, at this age, if he was completely bought in as much as, say, Mike Tomlin, he buys into it like McVay. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff every single day. I'm going to show up to everything. That team would be in the Super Bowl, or at least close to it.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be better than if he was in Egypt when the offseason stuff was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be that much better. They would be that much better around you. You'd shorten the time that it takes to gel. You'd be good out of the gate.
This is why the guys will always be the guys. The LeBrons, the Kobes, the Tigers, the Jordans, the Bradys, those guys. Because it isn't a sliding scale, right? It's not like talent and then that desire to do a little extra typically tends to go down. When you get both of those sliders pushed all the way to the top, the most talent with the most work ethic, you get LeBron, Brady, Kobe, Tiger, Jordan, that just pathological competitive.
And you also get AR, Dorian Finney-Smith, Gabe Vincent. You get everyone else that comes with you.
Yeah, they'll come with you.
They'll come with you.
Rodgers is like, put all of his goofiness aside, Aaron Rodgers is a football genius. He understands it inherently, right? I don't need to be there to understand it. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you don't need to be there, but your presence helps everyone else. That's the disconnect that I think that guys like him, it's like, well, I got it. Yeah, I know you do, but the other guys don't.
It's the role model stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't need you to be animal mother anymore. I need you to be team leader.
Yes.
Be out in front and tell us where to go and guide us. Don't be that guy.
Am I wrong if I'm making a list of the quarterback traits that I want? Just kind of going back to what you're talking about with Shedeur. Here's what I want. I want tough. I want accurate. I want smart.
You got that.
The rest of it, I will figure it out. But if my guy's tough, if he throws the ball where he's trying to throw it, and he's smart, I think I got a pretty good player.
Then you draft him.
And that's what I'm saying. He checks those three boxes.
The only thing I'm worried about with him, and if you and I were running a football team, and you said he checks all three boxes, the fourth is, how does he deal with a loss? How does he deal when the whole city's coming down on your head?
Okay, and I guess we have to wait and find out, but I guess if you were asking me that question and I was trying to make the case on his behalf, I would say, look, they lost a lot at Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe it didn't all land on him. It would land other places, and you know, his father was the head coach and all these stuff, which would kind of deflect some of that along the way. But he came back hungry. He came back tough. He came back competitive. Like, I don't think that losing is going to send him in a tailspin because he's never experienced it before. I think he's a pretty tough guy.
Very tough. Super tough. Like I said, I think he's as good as any first-round quarterback out there.
This year.
And I would take him, no doubt. And I thought the comparisons to Baker Mayfield was pretty good.
Interesting.
Some of the things we praised Baker Mayfield for, you kind of take shots at Shedeur for. Same thing. You're worried about what they would do when things are going bad.
This is fast. You know, we can come back and talk about this in a little bit. Mayfield took a minute to, I think, find his lane in this league. It took him a little bit to, not this, a little more of that.
Three teams.
It took some time for him to kind of say, this is the quarterback I'm going to be. Does Shedeur have a similar, like, he's drafted here, didn't work out, goes here, maybe didn't work out, and then finally it's started to work out in L.A., got an opportunity in Tampa, and he kind of grows roots there and feels like he's going to be there for a while. Shedeur going to have a similar path?
You know, I heard something. Who was it? It was, oh, my God. It wasn't Deshaun Jackson. It was his podcast. Sproles.
Oh, Darren Sproles?
Darren Sproles was talking about Carson Wentz and how he would not listen to coaching. Like they said, this was the gist, that he was pretty good. He was really good, but he could have been better had he just listened to coaching. So he thought he had it all figured out. So this is not new, what we're going through with Shedeur. So If that part of your brain is closed off and you have the all
Can you
three,
sniff it out? Can you smell like he's going to be one of those guys?
No, because that's the thing you find out in time. Yeah. So you have to take a chance on him.
All right, Dodgers at the White House today, and I guess they're commemorating their first series loss of the season. they baseball happened to them this weekend.
They're
that's
not going
fine.
undefeated,
but not going undefeated, and they already got a guy on the IL. It's coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Plastpro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeagleLAchampionship.com.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? Not at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
It is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to the Lakers' huge win over the Thunder. The Kings clinch a spot in the NHL postseason. Kings face off against Seattle tonight with coverage starting at 7 p.m. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Way to go, Kings. Yeah.
Sorry, can I react to the White Lotus as well?
Is it over?
It's over.
And?
The season finale was last night. It was
satisfied?
It was great.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it because it's really, really spoiler heavy, and I know people haven't watched it yet because, but, okay, here's that anecdote. I went to kickball yesterday. And,
did you win?
Yeah, we won.
Nice.
We crushed them. We were like the Lakers over the Thunder. And so we wrap around like 4:30. We usually go to a bar afterwards because we get coupons, like free pitcher of beer, free nachos or whatever. And we all, afterwards, we're like, we have to get home to watch White Lotus. And it wasn't even me suggesting it. Every single person was like, we want to be home at 6 p.m. so we can watch White Lotus. So, very good.
And it hit the spot?
I would say this whole season as a whole for me is about an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
With the finale being about a 7.5 out of 10.
I got to get back into it.
Susan
or get
loves
into
it. She's all in.
Yeah.
She
Season 1 is so good.
That's what she just finished.
Yeah.
As well. So
so
she's
much. There's
I wanna
too
try
much
it
out there.
Okay. So I have a story for you guys on this. And this is both a question and a confession. It's a confession that I'm stupid. and then I have a question afterwards.
You're going to confess that you're stupid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately. So my son Bobby has been telling me for several weeks that there's this show on Amazon Prime that he thinks I would like.
Hey, Bobby.
It's the Terminal List. It's Chris Pratt and some other guys. It's about a group of Navy SEALs in a vengeance story. Okay.
Ooh.
And he's like, I think you really like it. I think you really like it. I'm like, okay. So I sit down to watch it yesterday, and he has my Amazon creds. So he's on the. If he watches something, it'll kind of bump the timeline around a little bit. So I go into my Amazon account and I queue up the Terminal List and I hit play. It played the finale.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because that's where he is.
Right. I didn't. It makes sense now, but I didn't. So
that's why you said stupid.
It just starts, and I'm watching the show, and I'm like, boy, there's a lot going on here that I don't understand for an episode 1. Like, and they're calling back to all these people. They're not introducing the characters. They're not setting up the universe.
This show sucks.
And but here's the thing. It was really good, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be one of those things where they kind of show you this, and then they go back to how we got here. So I watched this whole thing, and the climax of the episode that I'm watching was incredible. It was awesome. And then it ends, and I'm like, I'm waiting for episode 2 to start.
Nope.
And it starts playing something totally different. I'm like, that's weird. I go back, and I realize I'd watched the season finale first. And it was great. I really, really liked it. So that's how stupid I am, that I didn't even understand that I was watching the finale. My question is, do I go back and watch the first 7 episodes?
Yes. You can do it.
Make the case, DeMarco.
You can do it. I mean, if it has a great finale, that means the show, chances are the show was great.
Yeah, but I know how it ends.
That's okay. Well, I mean, it might ruin some of it.
And there's a twist at the end that...
You've rewatched the show before. I've gone through The Sopranos 3 or 4 times.
But never with knowing the ending without the beginning.
You've never watched Titanic? You've seen it more than once.
Yeah, but I've always started at the beginning.
But you can you know how it ends, but you can go watch it.
I understand that, but it's the journey to... I understand your point.
Ruin some of it, but you can do it.
The twist at the end that I now know was the big reveal.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It messed it up. Okay. That's your fault. That's more your fault.
Nope.
You should have checked.
Oh, it's 100% my
It's
fault.
your fault.
I'm not
Okay.
blaming anybody but myself.
Oh, Janine Triplehorn's in this?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she's the Secretary of State.
Oh, my God. Taylor Kitsch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Terminal
think
list.
Yes.
you're
3 words.
done.
Yes.
I thought terminalist.
No,
2 words.
the terminal list.
It's not like The Mentalist.
Yeah,
It's not
okay.
that.
No, not like that.
I think you're done with this show. I think you got it.
I really
but
liked it, though.
But to watch the second season.
It's not it's
only
like a
7
one and
episodes,
done. It's
right?
a
7 episodes? 8 episodes?
8.
Where's the neuralizer? Never
Yeah,
happened.
I
Go back and
know.
watch it again.
Here is one thing, though. So I came to Game of Thrones, and this is going to be relevant. I came to Game of Thrones because my friends were watching it at watch parties. I not watched anything. I started watching in season 6.
How many seasons are there?
There are 8.
Okay.
1
But
million?
it's not the final season.
It's not the final season.
Okay.
Still
But I
going?
started at season 6. It is not still going. It's going in a different way.
Dragons
And
flying.
there's not a lot of dragons.
Kenny, go ahead.
I wanted to be a part of the group, and so I would just watch it, and I would ask my friend after the show was over, like, what happened. But I liked it enough to go back and rewatch everything. But that's because I had 6 seasons of stuff to do.
It hadn't concluded.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem. There's a reveal, like a double reveal, frankly.
Yeah.
And I know the reveal.
And by the way, this came out 3 years ago, so you can spoil it if you want
Like
to.
a No Way Out reveal? Like ruins, like if you know the twist, it ruins the whole show?
It actually makes the show better.
Yeah.
Because you can go back and see what they missed.
Yeah. But this is, I know what's up.
You know who the list is for?
That's too bad.
I know how it ends.
Okay.
So I feel
Can I give you some advice?
bamboozled.
Here is how you can avoid this in the future. There's a little way to design profiles on your Amazon account.
Can I just stop
Hey,
you right
Bobby,
here?
if you're listening, Bobby, you can create some profiles for your parents and you. So you create a Bobby profile,
hand came up
and
so
there's
fast.
and then there's a Travis profile, so that when you click on it, it doesn't do this thing where it starts in the middle of a series.
Sure.
Look,
Bobby.
You're asking me to build a time machine, Emily.
I'm talking to Bobby now.
Yeah.
If you watch it from the beginning again, if you start watching it again, there's gonna be twists within those episodes that are gonna lead you to that final
Okay,
one.
this is the last. So I went back after I watched the finale. I started episode 1, saw how it started. I'm like,
yeah.
This
For
ain't
you,
gonna
it
work.
might be done.
This
You
ain't
might
gonna
not.
work.
Okay.
Like I already know what's up. I know what they're building towards.
To help and support this too, like if you watched last night's episode of The White Lotus without seeing any other episode, it probably was interesting, but you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
And then someone asked me last night, can they start in season 3 of White Lotus without seeing 1 and 2? Technically, probably, but there's going to be one entire storyline that just doesn't make any sense.
You would like the Terminal List.
I'm looking at it.
You would like it.
I was not.
Don't start with episode 8.
Yes,
How
I
long
was
are the
not
episodes?
ruined.
45 minutes?
Thank you
Hour.
very much. I will gladly take this show from you.
It's
Yes.
like what's the movie? The thing you saw with The Rock with the shooting?
Yeah.
Faster.
There's a lot of shooting and cool stuff and car chases and fun stuff.
I like the actors too.
Yeah.
Sometimes this show infuriates me because you guys will watch the Terminal List from 3 years ago that basically no one's heard of,
Hey,
and you
man,
won't watch White Lotus.
There's so much stuff. I got a backlog.
The White
of stuff
Lotus
I need to watch.
is the thing that's coming out now that we can talk about every Monday, but you're
20
going to wait for 4 years.
In 2029, you and I can break down the White Lotus.
I just thought of a new business. We're going to do a TV rehab. We're going to have a place where you can just come and watch all your free from everything. No work, no kids. Just watch, catch up to everything.
Watch it as it comes out. It's once a week, 1 hour once a week.
Sometimes it don't fit.
I got a lot of staring at my phone to do.
Basketball
I
practice.
got walks. I've got doing nothing.
In 60 minutes once a week.
Got to make that dinner.
You got stuff
Got to
to
stare
do.
at my phone.
Too much
even work
stuff.
out for 30
Got to
minutes.
take a nap.
Yes.
You've got
Hey,
whatever.
and guess what? It's 8:30 now. I
You
got to go
got
to bed.
faster to watch.
See? Too late. I can't watch. I got to go to bed.
Oh my God! You know what I did yesterday?
What?
So I finished episode 8 of the Terminal List, and it was like 6:30, and I'm like, I can't even go to bed yet.
Right.
I was like trying to check box. I need it to be dark before I can go to bed. I'm like, can we get to 8 o'clock so I can go to bed?
So I can go to sleep. See, I'm right there with you.
Oh.
I like the Terminal List.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this.
Look,
All right.
White Lotus.
And
And White Lotus.
Emily, don't listen.
I will get to
Don't
it.
listen.
Yeah.
This is about the Terminal List. It's not very good, but you'd like it. I liked it. It's not high art. It's really formulaic
It's
stuff.
what you guys like.
I'm
and that's
assuming
okay.
like Jason Bourne type.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yes.
more.
But
Give me more of that.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
Okay.
And as I'm watching, I'm like, it's not cinema, but it's good. I'm liking it.
I see machine guns with silencers
And boats.
and earpieces.
And they sneak around.
Yeah, see, that's my
and
type of stuff
blows
right
up.
there. Sorry.
And-
Yeah. Just give me what I want.
They put the black paint on their
Yes.
face.
There are guns with silencers
They're
in
trying
White
to give me
Lotus.
margarita pizza.
Here-
I just want pizza.
DeMarco, there's a scene where Pratt puts the black paint on his face. He's a former Navy SEAL.
Come
okay?
on.
He goes over the side of the boat real quiet, and then the next scene is just his eyes coming up over the water. It's like this.
I want
I'm in.
more of that.
I'm in.
Yes.
It's Apocalypse Now. That
There you
kind
go.
of, yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those. Okay, something bad's about
There
to
you
happen.
go.
Big guns where they open up the case and it's in the foam. I'm like, this is going to get good.
All good stuff.
Disguises.
There you go.
Who
See,
doesn't like a
that's
good
stuff.
disguise?
Does White Lotus have disguises?
Yes,
and
there are
people
disguises.
coming out of the water
Yes, actually, very literally, there are people coming out of the water in White
with
Lotus.
silencers?
No,
No,
he did. Okay,
Thank you.
I know that they exist, but I'm always mesmerized by the Navy SEAL or the soldier, whoever, who goes into the water with his weapon and comes out and the weapon works perfectly.
Perfectly.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
like,
they
I
got
would
the
think
little thing on
water
the
would be
front.
bad with guns.
But they're Navy
But it's
SEAls.
not like gunpowder in like the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about guns or being a Navy SEAL, but I'm
they're
always like,
superheroes.
that gun shouldn't work. It was in the water.
Never cross a Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
Never.
no.
Never.
I wasn't planning on it.
They, you know what? They
Yeah.
remember,
And they got
they're
friends.
very hard to get rid of.
Before we end the segment or whatever to talk the Dodgers or whatever else is probably more important, a movie that is that I think everybody here would like is Warfare. It's coming out in like a week. It's from Alex Garland, who did 28 Days Later. He's an Ex Machina. He's also did Civil War from last year. It's about a group of American soldiers in Iraq in 2006.
In
And it's one day in their world, and something happens. They face the enemy, and this
Love
is
it.
happening.
Yeah.
See?
So
I bet they
watch
have black
that.
paint on their faces.
There
at
you
some
go.
point,
I could watch
right?
Black Hawk Down every day.
No, it's
yes, sir.
it is good stuff. All right, we'll talk about the Dodgers. Dodgers lost their first weekend series. Roki a little better. Snell on the IL. Lots to get to. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Travis, have you ever dealt with chafing?
Yes.
Yeah, in your upper chest area?
Yeah, it's specifically that. Yes,
Your
I have. Thank you
pectoral
for
muscles.
asking.
So whether it's back in my playing days or just out for a morning walk like you and I do, chafing is no joke. It really does hurt. I always keep my Highlands chafing cream on deck. This stuff is a game changer. It goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. And I sweat a ton. I know Travis does too. No greasy mess, just all day protection. This stuff is key, man. If you run, if you walk like I do, I mean, we don't miss days, and you're out there, this is key for you because, bro, a bad chafe rash hurts worse than any other injury I ever had in my life. It just really sucks because there's nothing you can do. This will help you prevent it. So if you've already got some chafing, you're not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. So whether you're running, riding, hiking, or just dealing with the heat, Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms and your upper chest area, everything. Relief, like I said, relief is here for you. You shouldn't have to stop what you love just because of chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart or Target.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Cap here. Here's the scenario.
First day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so come in and enjoy one today. They're big on protein, rich on flavor. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions. A very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
The Dodgers will not go 162-0. They will lose at least 2 games this season. 160 is their peak. Baseball happened to them this weekend. They had a couple of clunkers.
Yeah.
But
you were there. I mean, you were close to sweeping that series.
Very.
Yeah.
They were also very close to getting swept, and they were also very close
Very
to.
true.
This is baseball, and because they're really good, they've been pulling some rabbits out of their hats along the way.
A lot of come from behind.
2 come from behinds against Detroit. 2 come from behinds against Atlanta.
That's cool. Could be who you are.
Another one, and it might be, and it may be who they are. But this is why those crazy high numbers are always like, hold on a second, because weird stuff's going to happen. Vezina threw 1 bad pitch yesterday and gave up 4 runs. Started to rain. Glasnow slipping and sliding all over the mound. He can't throw a ball over the plate.
Yeah.
And
baseball is perilous.
It is really, really difficult. But to your point, Dodgers were down 4 runs in the early part of the game, and they still got the lead back.
Fought. Yeah, it could be one of those teams that has to be punched in the mouth before they wake up. And that's just who they are now, and at some point they won't be. They'll be the ones striking the blow. But we said this before, or did we talk about this? This was the part of, I think we're talking about Shohei. When you're constantly been patted on the back, and the guy hasn't cracked yet, but eventually, something like this was going to happen for him and them.
What part?
Just losing a series or just not playing well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well. Yeah.
You've been on a high for so long, at some point, you're going to have to start back at zero emotionally.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia's good.
That's the other part.
Yeah.
Philly might be the second best team in the National League. They're really good. I mean, that lineup with Turner and Harper and Castellanos and Schwarber, those are real guys. Like, they're
legit.
Real. They have a real team. And there's a sliding catch. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But I thought about you a lot watching this series this weekend, because something that you've said a few times, and at the beginning when you said it, I'm like, no, I don't think that's right. But the more I see it, I think you're exactly right. The little things, like this is the challenge of Dave Roberts, is to make sure that the little things are done correctly, because quite frankly, they're not doing them well right now.
Right.
They're running the bases really poorly. They're running the bases recklessly. Their defense, after getting off to a pretty good start, has not been particularly good over the last 3 or 4 games. That they're making mental mistakes. They're allowing stupid stuff to happen on their watch, that if they play clean baseball, they're going to be really hard to beat. The way you beat them is by walking a lot of guys and doing dumb stuff on the bases, and that's how they got beat both times.
Well, now I think the schedule, and Oral said this, this was a few Legends Addicts visits ago, where he said, what was it like to win a World Series? He says the stuff after becomes a chore. And I think now you can start to work on baseball. All the ancillary stuff is done. We're finished with 2024 from...
After today, oddly enough, today is
There's one more?
They're visiting the president today.
Okay, one more. And then you're done with this stuff, and you can get back with working on baseball. But to your point about Dave Roberts, and this is going to sound funny, the best example I could come up with of a team that's good but not very good playing the game is the Yankees. They're very talented, but even the Dodgers said, all we have to do is wait. They'll screw it up.
Just wait.
This is how those bad habits start. But I think once you get past all this stuff about last year, you can get back to working on this year and not making those dumb mistakes.
And there's been some positive developments, too. Like, I thought Roki Sasaki had his first outing that you could say, okay, that was better. Like, the first two, quite frankly, were pretty lousy. Tons of walks and quite frankly, I don't know if it's an unwillingness or maybe an inability to live in the strike zone. And so he was nibbling, and he was bad. He was walking way too many guys. This was better, although he still walked a decent amount of guys. He pitched a little bit deeper into the game. It was the one game that they won this weekend. So I think if you're looking for positives for him, it's that his first start was probably a C-. His second start was probably an F.
That's an F.
Yeah, and then this one was probably a C plus B-.
So you're averaging a D.
Yeah, look, so far not so good, but this is what a young pitcher looks like. And if he were on this, I don't know, the Angels, let's just say the Angels, it would be, this is a kid that's just getting started, give him some time. But because it's the Dodgers, because of the hoopla that surrounds the Dodgers, everybody expects everybody to be a Cy Young Award winner every night. And that's just not what this guy's going to be.
That's what Kike was saying himself. So Kike said this, everything is under a microscope right now because of all the hype around Sasaki. But if it was just another random name who struggled through his first 2 starts, nobody would be making a big deal out of it. So I think the kid's going to be all right, and he showed that today as in his start.
Isn't that kind of our fault, though? We kind of went nuts. When I say our, I mean the entire station.
I know what you mean.
I think we kind of were overboard with the expectation. And he's not as good as we thought out of the gate.
Yeah. I think if I'm trying to thread that needle a little bit, I think that people that were paying attention to who he was and what he's done knew that what we've seen was a possibility. But I think the flip side of it was we were hopeful that maybe he'd skip this step. That because he's so talented, quite frankly, because he was so good in spring training, you're like, hey, maybe he's just one of those 1 in a million guys that won't have entry issues, that won't have welcome to the big leagues moment. Of course he does.
Right.
It's 98% of guys show up in this league, they struggle because it's the best league in the world. The hitters are really good. They're going to let you know what's up, and he's struggling to do it right now. But if it takes him a couple of rocky starts to figure it out, That's a pretty good learning curve.
Well, he's got the ERA going in the right direction. Next time out, if he can lower it again, if you can pitch a little bit better than you did the last time, then if I were the powers that be, then I would be like, let's hold off sending him down. It seems like he's starting to figure some stuff out. You know what I mean? But if he has another bad day and it blows up on him again, and I got to yank him after an inning and a third.
It's interesting.
You know?
I think what he did is he bought himself at least 2 more.
Okay, fair.
You know, he bought himself at least 2. If the next one's a clunker, like the first 2 were, it's like, okay, this is the normal rocky beginning of another guy. And then the one after that, it's good or better, then we're going to keep letting it ride.
You earned another one.
Yeah. I think every good one that he has or decent one that he has buys 2 or 3 more. Like he's going to have to stack up 3 or 4 real dogs to get shipped out.
What happens to a pitcher that loses? You've been on the mound before where you're confident, and you've been on the mound when you're the opposite.
Yep.
What does that part feel like?
The second part?
The second part, when you have zero confidence.
Well, the biggest tell is you're afraid to throw the ball over the plate.
Is that how you felt?
For me,
yeah.
And I think it's probably true for most pitchers. When you're cruising, you're not afraid of guys swinging the bat. Like you want them to swing the bat because I'm either going to miss the bat or I'm going to make them hit it off the part of the bat that I chose. Right? I'm going to make you hit off the handle. I'm going to make you hit it off the end.
Right.
When you're struggling, you only find barrels. And so the only way to miss barrels is to not be over the plate.
Oh God!
So now you start to nibble, and now I'm off the plate, and now it's 2-0, 2-1, 3-0, 3-1, and I got to throw cookies, and now I'm double dead.
Please, so do pitchers ask to be pulled?
No,
in certain ways.
No, you
get me out.
The hitters let you know when it's time to be pulled.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
wow.
And sometimes you got to wear it just because you're. And this is part of the thing I think with Sasaki specifically. He's not going to have to wear it because they're just going to be too good. But with Snell going down, here we are. They've played 11 games. They're 9-2, and you're already into your depth, right? Snell down for at least a couple of weeks, maybe longer. We'll see what it is. But Yamamoto and Sasaki only pitch once a week. They're not every 5 days. They're every 6 days. So they're a once-a-week guy, which means here you are in the 3rd week of the season, and you already are going to have to do a bullpen day, or you're going to have to go get Wroblewski or Knack or Miller or Gonsolin or one. Now, I just named 5 guys that you could go get, which is a nice luxury to have. But this is not, hey, it's July, a guy went down. It's what's today? April 7th, and somebody went down. That's early.
Well, I mean, but you knew this was going to happen at some point. And how bad is Snell? Just inflammation, right?
So here's my question.
Yeah. And this is the Snell adventure, right? Just like this is the Luka adventure. This is how he is early. There's going to be a different Snell come late. Yeah.
So I guess the question you have to ask yourself if you're a Dodger fan right now, is this serious or is this strategic?
Arm inflammation.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is this. Is his arm inflamed to the point where he can't throw because he's suffering pain? Or is this hey, this is a good time to get off your feet for a couple of weeks and we're gonna pick it up a little bit later on? Because I would be shocked of the 5 guys that they have in their rotation right now, all 5 of them will miss time. Just because I think that's the plan. Now, I don't know if this is the plan or if this is just accelerated, but
that sounds like bone bruise in the NFL. It covers a lot of ground.
Right.
Because I assume every pitcher in the major leagues has inflammation in his arm.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is this we got to sit him down because there's something wrong?
I'm going to take it as an
Because of the timing?
If you've got to miss time, and like you could put arm inflammation on just about anybody, and most guys don't miss time with it, I guess.
Well, the time of the calendar is the part that makes me scratch my head a little bit. If this happened a month from now, I would be on, dude, guys, they're just giving him a breather.
But this early means...
He's had 2 starts.
Okay.
I don't think you need a breather after 2 starts. You need a breather after 10 starts. After 8 starts.
So you're saying something might be really wrong.
I don't know.
Okay.
What I'm saying is I don't know. Like, had it been later, I would have been more leaning towards this is just more of a strategic move as opposed to this could be something that is actually going to bother him.
Okay. Teoscar, excuse me, the thespian he is now Teoscar Hernandez.
Right. Say it like this.
Has earned some equity, right, with you and Dodger fans.
He's terrific.
Freddie Freeman, obviously. Mookie Betts, obviously. Where does Pages come in on this equity?
I hope he has a place to stay in Oklahoma City because he's going to need one sooner than later.
Oh, geez, bro. Is he lost?
Yeah.
Is he really lost out there?
I mean, you saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you saw it.
It made me feel better. It did. Like that happens to everyone, I guess.
So it's not the one that Harper hit yesterday was probably a double no matter what because it was hit so hard.
Okay.
But when you turn the wrong way, not once, not twice, but thrice on one ball, we've lost the thread. We've lost the plot. Like, errors happen. Sometimes when a ball... Okay, I'm going to put on my baseball hat here for a second.
Okay.
Sometimes when the balls hit that hard right at you, you're not quite sure in, out, left, right, so you get...
Sometimes it eats you up.
You turn the wrong way.
Yeah.
What typically doesn't happen is wrong way, back to the correct way, back to the wrong way, which is what he did. Combined with him running into an out with Mookie Betts at the plate the night before.
Bad night. Yeah, man. I feel bad.
And to your point, DeMarco, if Mookie does that, if Shohei does that, if Freddie does that, quite frankly, if Kike does that, if Max Muncy does that, that's one of those, hey, that was dumb, right? And he looks at you and goes, yeah, I got you. This is one of those, I got to teach you a lesson. Get ready to go back to OKC. That was really bad.
What was your, oh, my God.
The running or the misplay?
The misplay.
It was bad.
It was bad. Okay. That
Jorge,
makes sense.
do you want to say what I texted you in that moment?
Can I?
Yeah.
I think he's drunk. And I said, yeah, I think he has too many.
I texted Jorge.
You're drunk.
I texted Jorge. I'm like, is Pajas drunk?
Oh, my God.
I've never, only
That's
a drunk
bad.
gets turned the wrong way 3 times in one ball.
Too many Cuba Libres is what I replied.
Is that what it is? Oh, my God. Wow.
It wasn't well executed.
No. I wondered. And I think Max has used up all of his already. Max Muncy?
He got hot.
Okay.
He got with Saturday. He had 3 hits.
You earned some back
against
Okay.
Zach Wheeler, by the way,
Okay.
who's one of the best in the business. So he's back.
Crazy.
Look, they're going to be fine. They got Mackenzie Gore today, who struck out like 14 guys in his first start this year.
Yeah.
So he's a real pitcher. So we'll see what it is.
Plus, so Pajas, missed that fly ball, and then he got caught trying to steal second.
Yep.
And then earlier, like in the season, he missed a call from the third base coach saying, stop. He just ignored him and kept going. So
And
something's up with this dude.
He's had a couple of plays in the outfield that were not scored errors that could have easily been scored errors.
Yep.
And there's a couple of balls that he ended up catching that should have been relatively routine that he turned into high leverage circus plays.
Is he feeling heat? Is Kim coming up?
Kim is... Well,
is he almost ready?
What Robert said was that is still more of a long-term solution as opposed that translated, dude can't hit. That's
not
what that
yet.
means.
Okay.
He anytime they say that's an option, but that's more of a long-term solution means he's still not hitting.
He's still not ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Outman, but he's off to a slow start. Look, Edman could be the answer out there. Put Edman back in center field. Put Kike, when he's available to go back to second, put Chris Taylor at second, put Miguel Rojas at second.
You got to get Freddie back first.
You got to get Freddie, or put Rojas there.
Makes sense.
They've got options. The depth is being put to good use.
Find a room in Oklahoma.
Hopefully he's got a month-to-month lease in OKC that he can. I don't like to pile on the guy. He's a young player trying, but you can't do that.
You got to play better.
And you really can't run in. Mookie
Not
Betts
on this team.
is a good hitter. Let him.
Yes.
You're not going to win the game with your legs. We're going to win the game because Mookie's awesome.
Not on this team,
Let
my man.
Mookie. Factor Cap coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Whatever happened to doing the show today without your shirt on?
It's a very interesting question.
Did you offer to at some point?
At one point I said, yeah. By the way, I've never stopped going to the gym.
I've been on a Zoom call with Mason that he did with his shirt off.
Yeah.
With Kevin Demoff, the COO of the Rams.
And I was ripped. I was shredded.
He was also in bed, Heather.
Yeah, I was in bed, but shredded.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with with Seller's Advantage.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Konnichiwa.
Can't you see that happening, though?
You want to say hello to her?
Who? Who am I saying?
Buenos dias.
Oh, my God. I'm
Buenos
sorry.
dias.
We're talking about LeBron. Yobaseo. I'm sorry.
Do we know how to say hello in Thai?
Sorry, brother. Whoa. Hi.
Kapkuka, or whatever. That's Thai because the White Lotus was in Thailand.
Buongiorno.
Yeah, sure, because Mario would say that, right?
Luigi.
Yeah, and Luigi. So SNL this past weekend had Jack Black as their host, but they've experienced in 2 straight weekends the excitement, danger, virality of live shows. We had Morgan Wallen walking off before the Good Nights the week before, and then this week, Ego Wodo was on a Weekend Update, and she was doing a bit that she should host the White House Correspondents' Dinner because she's going to roast the food. In a joke, like she's going to comedy roast the food.
Right.
So she's doing this whole bit, she's doing a joke, a little bit of call and response with the audience. So this is the last call and response with the audience. And the audience doesn't have any prompts or anything like that. So they're kind of flying by whatever it seems that she's offering up. So this is Ego at the end of a Weekend Update.
And Cory Booker out here with his filibuster. Shoo! I had my fill of busters. Because these men ain't what? You finna get fined for that. Burn the damn sucker. I'm gonna pay for that. Mama will be mad at y'all.
All right, so she says, because men ain't what? And typically, someone in the response would say the SH word, but she was like, "You're supposed to say 8 words a damn." Anyway, it was just the beautifulness of a live studio audience and having the reactions there. So this is the danger of a live studio audience, Travis Factor Cap.
Yeah, it's the part of that show fact that I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
Oh, yeah.
Where somebody gets caught, surprised, just kind of loses track of where they are. Maybe it's just being a professional performer and knowing not to do it, but I'm surprised that doesn't happen frequently.
Funnily enough, do you know who Jenny Slate is?
Yeah.
Her first episode on SNL, she used to be on SNL, she said the F word
she
got canned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was
a cast member.
She was a cast member.
Yeah.
This is a guest, right?
This is the audience.
Ego Wodum is a cast member.
Oh, is a cast member, and then she opened it up for the audience.
From the crowd, we just couldn't air any of the bleep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What was the question again?
This is the excitement of a live studio audience.
Fact. Remember that it wasn't a live audience. Well, it was. He was in the audience. The reporter went up to Bruce Willis at a basketball game. And he obviously had a few.
Yeah.
And he said, yippee-ki-yay.
That's right.
And Bruce Willis finished it.
He
Well, what did
finished
you
it.
expect him to say? Right. You opened the door.
Yeah,
he
you
went
put
through
that
it.
ball in a tee like that.
Right. That's the dangers
when
of
you
being live.
When you watch Die Hard on like a cable show, what do they say instead of that word? Yippee-ki-yay, something else?
That's a great question. They don't finish it, and they don't bleep it. They
Like
say
they dub
something
it,
else.
probably.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
Like,
you're right.
one of my favorite artists, Phoebe Bridgers, has an album called A Stranger in the Alps because when she watches, what's the movie with the Big Lebowski, instead of saying another phrase, they say it's like something, a stranger in the Alps, instead of the other words.
I got you.
Jorge?
Yeah, I think the exciting part is when you have somebody that's edgy, somebody that you don't know that something might slip out. Like, okay, for instance, we have a live radio show, right? So when a caller is on the line or whatever, we don't know what they're going to say, but at least you have a control to dump them. Emily has control to dump them, so if we miss it, you can catch it. But I think that's just the excitement, especially in a show like this, when somebody's edgy, like you're just hoping they don't say something like that. But, I mean, it's a live show. What can you do? It
happens.
Okay, so one of the things in sports media these days is that as you're getting on a plane, of a group of, if you're on a team, the photographers will snap a couple pics. So if you're getting on a plane, you'll have your fit, you'll have your little suitcase, whatever. You'll be sporting a variety of things. Kike Hernandez this weekend decided to have a fun and colorful hat on. Not colorful in the color, colorful in the images.
Graphics and the words.
Yeah. So it was funny because the Dodgers still posted a picture of him getting onto the plane. They just wiped out what was on his hat. So I'm not going to get into what was on his hat. But it is right for the Dodgers to Photoshop something that their players are wearing. DeMarco, Factor Cap.
It is right for the Dodgers to Photoshop?
They Photoshopped something he was wearing.
Kike Hernandez had a
hat. I was digging through to find out what they did for Yippee-Ki-Yay. I found it, though. Well, go ahead.
Kike Hernandez had a hat on that had a picture and a phrase that the Dodgers deemed inappropriate for their
graphic.
Instagram.
Oh.
And they
bleeped
it off.
They airbrushed it off.
Yes.
That is right. Factor Cap.
Oh, fact. Definitely. Because your players are stupid. Yeah. Players are dumb. They will do stuff like this. And you know, they get caught with stuff they shouldn't be wearing, and you're going to have to Photoshop it. Yeah. And then that player gets reprimanded or his beer taken away in the locker room.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I'm with DeMarco. It's fact. The Dodger brand is the Dodger brand. They get to decide what they want to put on their Instagram.
Why don't you just not put Kike up at all?
Because they liked the picture minus the hat, right? I'm assuming, and whatever. But yeah, the Dodgers absolutely are well within their rights to say, especially considering what it was.
What the hat say?
I'll tell
we
you
will show
during
you
the break.
later.
Is it bad? Obscene?
Yes.
It could be considered obscene.
See, he knew.
Yes.
He knew what the hell he was doing.
And a lot of times people will wear that so they don't get photographed.
Right. And that it was Kike is not a surprise.
Yeah.
He probably knew what was up. He probably knew it would get traction and get erased. So
it's Kike.
Exactly.
Jorge?
Yeah, I'm telling you, a little sabor, a little baked potato with everything on it. So
there you go.
It's Kike. But to Emily's point, why not post a different picture when he's going up the plane? Or why does it have to be that one? But
it's a message.
He's edgy, man. He's got sabor.
Keep in mind, he said what he said after he hit the home run. It's Kike.
You work for us.
Are we live?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so this is not a spoiler for White Lotus. I'm just using a context of something that happened in White Lotus. There is a part of the episode where a parent is waiting for the child to realize that the parent is right. The parent has been trying to do this the whole time.
Wow.
We were just talking about this.
Unreal.
A parent has been trying the whole time to let the child realize their own path.
Yep.
And when that path is chosen and it aligns with the parent is elated, okay? So you have ever had to wait for your child to realize that you are, in fact, right. But you didn't want to put the thumb on the scale. You got to let them figure it out.
Oof.
Jorge, Factor Cap.
Let's see, math. Especially because she's 6, But, okay, so they got a different way of doing things. Nowadays, is math mountains. And it's like, what the hell is a math mountain?
Is that base 10 stuff?
Yeah, something crazy.
But that's like a traumatic event that everyone's experienced fighting with their parent about math.
But then I'm like, okay, I learned how to do it this way, and then we come to the same answer. But it's just...
But she's like, my teacher didn't do that.
Right, exactly. Right now, I'm at the early stages of that, but I'm sure I'm going to come across way more.
Travis?
I forget what's the answer that I'm looking for.
You have ever had to wait for your child to realize that you're right?
Fact, and it is deeply satisfying, and it's also one of those rites of passage as a parent where your child, and it's usually when they get a little older. For me, it was when my children all my children are adults now, but it's only happened in the last few years, where they will call you and ask you for your advice because you've been right about other things in the past that they argued about with you previously. Like, hey, this is probably a better idea than that, and they choose the wrong one, you're like, okay. And then when something similar comes up later, they will say, hey, remember that thing? I'm like, yeah. Well, I'm in another thing. What do you think it is? And you say, well, I think this is a better choice than that. And then they make the right choice. It is deeply gratifying.
Right. DeMarco?
Super. Weird. We were just talking about this very same thing, right? With my oldest daughter wanting to go to Spain and whatnot.
See?
So, yeah, she's 24 now. So it's no longer my permission she seeks. It's just she gives me the info of what she's doing.
This is what I'm going to go do, Dad.
Right.
Is she going to go teach over there?
She's going to go teach over there.
My friend did the same program. I can connect you to
It's
somebody.
awesome.
Yeah.
Besides the point, I'm going to go fact. Not with the older, not with her. I didn't wait for it to come back. It's nice when it does. Like now, when she tells me, hey, Dad, you were right about that. I wasn't looking for it. It happens.
Right.
With the youngest one, absolutely I'm coaching that way. Oh, yeah. You're going to find out I'm right. I'm going to let you know I was right. Absolutely. You know why? She never misses an opportunity to tell me when I'm wrong.
Right.
Aha.
Right.
Yes.
Right. It's you got to let them do it.
Yep.
But when they finally go, the second they realize that you're actually on their side is a wonderful moment.
Yes.
Like I know you don't think I'm telling you this, but this is the right thing for you. This is going to help you. And when that light comes on, it is a fantastic
great day. Yes.
All right, one last one for you guys. So Bryce Harper of the Phillies was asked about his feelings about the Dodgers and their payroll and their signing of Japanese stars, etc. And he said this in response to some questions about that from the reporters. He says, I don't know if people will like this, but I feel like only losers complain about what they're doing, they as in the Dodgers. I think they're a great team and a great organization. So my statement is, you like hearing this from a great player. Like one of the best players in MLB, you like that he has this stance the Dodgers are doing. Travis Fettercat.
You know what? Let's carry this over because I think this is worthy of a longer discussion.
Okay.
I really like what Harper said, but for a very specific reason. We'll get into that coming up in just a bit. Factor Cap is brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first. Call 213-747-2000. Again, that is the law office of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, or visit normandlegal.com. It's coming up.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon?
Mr. Falcon.
Oh, I like that. That's so bad it's good.
All right.
Like that's
the TV edit.
That is terrific, Mr. Falcon. That's next. 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish, and set sail on a flavor adventure at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Don't miss the action, the fun, and maybe even a few surprises. Monday, April 14th, 3 to 6 p.m. Live from SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
This is John Ireland. You know BBGO. You see their logo on every Lakers jersey, but did you know BBGO is the official game day snack of the Lakers? BBGO promises bold, authentic Korean flavor. And if you're tired of the same old snacks while watching the game, try America's favorite and number 1 Asian snack brand. You can find BBGO products in the freezer section. Try the steamed dumplings or the mandu. BBGO knows that food brings people together, just like the purple and gold. Try BBGO today.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
I would run through a wall for JJ Redick.
Well, I think that.
No, I mean just me as a talk show. I would literally run through a wall for JJ.
We should make that happen. See that? Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody find a wall. Believe me, I
think
can
there's
run
plenty.
into it.
We'll find one of them around here.
I can run into it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and the Super Bowl champ DeMarco Farr. A special viewing of Monday Night Raw tonight at Hollywood Park Casino. There will be a grand prize of a pair of tickets to WrestleMania in Las Vegas. Must be present to win. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7.
Wish you guys were into wrestling. Emily, I wish you were into wrestling like you were White Lotus. No, that's serious. That's how I see it. I mean, you would be so impressed with what's going on right now, the storytelling. They are really driving people to WrestleMania. This is going to be fun. You can't wait to see how this story ends.
When is WrestleMania?
It's end of April.
Oh, so it's in a few weeks?
Yes.
Oh.
This April is WrestleMania month. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
Every year it's in April.
Every year.
Okay.
Here we go again. So, do you know who Paul Heyman is?
No.
Anybody? Paul Heyman? Not ring a bell? Bobby the Brain Heenan?
I know that name.
He's the current Bobby the Brain.
I don't know who Bobby the Brain Heenan. I know the name, but I don't know what he did.
He's for wrestlers who can't talk.
Oh, he's like the mouthpiece?
He's the guy, and he drives the story. He tells a great story, and he's involved in another one. It's so much. CM Punk is back in. He's in the main event. This is going to be good. Let me stop. See, I'll start to sound like Emily and White Lotus.
You're already getting fired up.
I'm getting worked up. It's good stuff. I love it.
You could talk about it.
Just
Get
saying.
us excited about it. Why should we?
If I were turning on Raw tonight, what would I be looking for?
Mayhem.
But what do I need to know?
Absolute mayhem.
What do I need to know?
Okay, so the bloodline. Roman Reigns just lost his manager, which was Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is like the manager of the Stars. So he kind of turned on Roman.
Is he like the Don King of this whole thing?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
At least as far as storyline goes. And he's backing, or he's helping, or he's with CM Punk now.
Okay, and CM Punk is the heel?
It depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
It depends on how you look at it, yes.
All right.
So anyway, back to sports. Sorry, I don't want to get too far.
Well,
too fired
this
up.
is the sports.
I don't want to get too
people
fired
are
up.
excited about it.
I don't want to get people all mad at me and whatever.
Why would you get mad at you?
Because it's wrestling.
Well,
wrestling
fine.
brings. It's either you love it or you hate it.
If you like it, I love it. I want you to get fired up for what you're
Then
seeing.
come tonight.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
So fast, right? It was so quick. Look at you. Wow.
I want to understand it without having to experience it.
I would love to go to a match with you and watch you
bet I'd
watch
have
the
a
match.
good time.
You would have a blast.
Yeah.
It's all geared
They
toward
have beer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all geared towards entertainment. You're not going to be bored. But I saw the Kike hat, by the way.
Yeah.
And I get it now.
Doesn't change your answer.
But this is why it's good to be the king. Only defending champs can get away with this.
And him. Like it's on brand for him, and it would have been off brand for virtually every other guy on the team.
I can't see Shohei doing
I
this.
can't see anybody.
Kershaw.
I can't see Clayton Kershaw doing
pick
this.
a guy on the roster. Like, quite frankly, the only other one that might be able to pull it off.
Banda.
Yes. Okay. I was not who I was thinking. But
He can pull it off.
Yeah. Is if it were one of the guys that we don't know much about. Like if it were Sasaki or Yamamoto, like that's what you're into? Okay.
Or like,
let's party.
You lost a bet.
Yeah.
Think John Ireland. You lost a bet.
Kike, you're like, yeah, that tracks. Banda, you're 100% right.
Pause on this. I was going to say, do we need to get John Ireland to do this as a bet?
I bet he wouldn't do this.
I don't think he would, because he's always said, I won't do anything that would embarrass the Lakers or cost you your job.
He wouldn't do this.
Yeah, well, we'll ask him.
I thought you said
I'm saying not to a Laker, but to like the Mandy's in a year, or
he'd do it at the Mandy's.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes,
yeah.
We'd do it at the Mandy's.
I wouldn't.
I mean, wear the hat. Yeah.
That's one of those things. It's like I get it. I get it, but it's like I just don't think it's funny. You know what I mean? Like
but if I bet you to do it at the Mandy's, I bet you $100 to wear
not
this
for
hat.
$100. You're
200.
No, you're
300.
We're gonna need to get into the comic territory.
Okay.
yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like
No. Okay.
No.
I thought you said Pajes wearing this. Pajes should not wear this hat right now.
Do they sell them in the Oklahoma City airport?
You cannot get away with this hat if you're playing like that. No.
All right.
Yeah.
So Bryce Harper was talking about the Dodgers before Friday's game, and about the fact that the Dodgers have spent a lot of money, the fact that the Dodgers have signed a whole bunch of Japanese all-stars, et cetera, et cetera. And he wrote, or he said, I should say, I don't know if people will like this, but I feel like only losers complain about what they're doing. I think they're a great team and a great organization.
Way to go. Way to go, Bryce.
Right?
Yeah, way to go.
It's the first time that, and again, because Bryce Harper is a multiple-time MVP, Bryce Harper is on a Hall of Fame track. He's a terrific player. He's the heart and soul of the Phillies. He is the leader of that team. That's the message he's sending to his team. It's like, I don't care what those guys do. They're great. They spend a lot of money. They got good players. We got to go beat them. Like, I'm not worried about deferred money. I'm not worried about them ruining baseball. All of these things, like, we're pretty darn good, too. Let's go beat them. I think that's exactly the headspace you want to be in if you are one of the Phillies, the Braves, the Yankees, the Padres, these other two Diamondbacks. They're going to have to compete with the Dodgers. We don't have enough money. Doesn't get you anywhere. In fact, it probably hurts.
True. Outside of, I guess, having the most desirable place in the country to play baseball, to be an athlete on the West Coast. You can do this year-round out here, right?
Well, I think these guys can live wherever they want. They can find climate. They can go places. There's a lot of bad things about being out here, too, that a lot of people don't like.
Okay, then
Taxes,
outside of
politics, there's things.
Some players wanting to come here, like I'm thinking of the Japanese market. Outside of that and the desire to be a Dodger, you can't control that. I think what Bryce is saying is every team could do what the Dodgers are doing. They're just ahead of you. And he's right. Only losers talk like that.
I
my
agree.
God, they're ruining baseball, this type of stuff. Well, you actually could do this if you were just forward thinking.
And the Phillies kind of are.
And you would influence your owner to do this as well.
That's what I'm
only
saying,
losers talk and complain. Winners go out and do and try to copy.
We can get players too, is what he's saying.
I like how what you said. The desire to be a Dodger. Think about what, obviously, economics are a huge driver in this. Maybe with the exception of the Tanner Scott deal. And that's really the only one. And by the way, you have to really stretch to want it. You have to really want it for Scott to fill into this category. None of these deals that the Dodgers have signed are bad deals for the Dodgers economically. They did not pay a tax to get these guys.
Right.
You know, this is the Mets clearly paid a tax to get Soto. They had to go above and beyond to get it done. The Dodger deal for Snell was about market rate. The deals, it turns out, for Ohtani might have been a bargain.
Mm-hmm.
The deals for Betts and Freeman and these other guys are good deals for the team, right? None of these deals are. They gave them what? This is not an Albert Pujols. They did what?
Mm-hmm.
It's there's not a deal like that on this team. So the desire to be a Dodger isn't just financial. It is, like you're talking about, location.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying California or Sunshine. I'm saying you're going to play in front of 45,000 people a night.
It's a great fan base.
You're going
to do it right. They're first
win.
class. Yes.
They're going to treat you right.
Mm-hmm.
The expectations are through the roof. But that's the desire to be a Dodger, that if it were just money, other guys are going to offer you more money. They can afford to buy all of them where other teams can't. But it's not just a straight economic play.
See, that's the other side of the Andrew Friedman conversation that I couldn't wait to bring this up. If he moved to, say, Philadelphia and had the exact same approach, do you think he could build this type of team there?
I think he'd have a very good chance of doing that.
Like, you could actually have Japan be your ATM, because could you draw people from Japan to Philadelphia?
So,
like the Dodgers are. They want to be here because...
Yes. I don't know if they could do it to the degree that the Dodgers have, but yeah, that you can.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to want to go where their players are. Right? They're going to want to go where the people that they're most familiar with are. And if all of a sudden the Phillies kind of grew roots in Japan and got there's a third baseman in that
the Dodgers own.
Oh, absolutely,
they own
do.
it, right?
But this goes back. This isn't just an Ohtani thing. This goes back to Nomo.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were one of the first people to get.
They had
over
a footprint there a long time ago.
A long time ago. But Andrew Friedman's methodology will work.
Anywhere.
It worked in Tampa. It works with the Dodgers. I just, as long as ownership is willing to let him do his thing, and I'm not saying giving him endless money, because they didn't give him endless money in Tampa. They had a very limited budget in Tampa, but let him get the players that he wants, let him draft the guys that he wants, let him hire the people that he wants. It's going to work. Yeah. Because it always has.
I've always liked or appreciated Bryce Harper as a player.
Me
and
too.
I still think he's one of the faces of the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
At one point was the face or close to it?
Close to it.
Close
If
to
not,
it?
yeah, for sure.
And he's moving into elder statesman?
Oh, yeah.
Sort of. Kind of like, what's his name from the Braves? Larry. No. What's his name?
Oh, Chipper Jones?
Chipper Jones.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the elder statesman.
Yeah.
Chipper, clearly, at some point, Hall of Fame, Bryce Harper?
I think very likely.
I like the fact that he's not afraid to voice his opinion. And
he leads.
Be the voice of dissent in the Dodgers ruining baseball. That's not true. Anybody could be doing this.
He's the most exciting person to watch in the playoffs. If you're not like, outside of the Dodgers, outside of the people that we're rooting for because we care about them, Harper is someone you would stop and watch his at bats.
The only other guy that I would put close, I think Harper's 1 or 1A if we're taking all the Dodger players off the board. The only other one is Judge. But A, because Judge could hit a home run every time he swings the bat, and B, he struggles. So, we're kind of like, is this going to be the good one or is this going to be the bad one? With Judge in the postseason specifically, you get boom and bust, and that's it.
You're going to hate my answer. You really are, but he is must-see TV.
Tatis?
He is cinema. It's not. Well, he's another one, and Machado too. Fun. Go ahead. Who do you think it is?
I thought you were going to say Machado.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Juan Soto is drama.
Yeah,
when he's into it, he is drama, bro.
I love Juan Soto.
Me too.
I just wouldn't have given him $1 trillion to play right field at an average level for a
watching
couple
him.
years.
Yes, I never see that. Yes.
No.
Did he just slide?
Oh, dude, his swag, for lack of a better word, is off the
Off
charts.
the charts.
It's
I
terrific.
love it. Yes,
and he seems to be having fun with it.
Big time.
Like
I don't mind that. Yeah.
I don't either. Sorry, Dodger fans. I feel like my credentials as a Dodger fan are well established enough that I can say something that's unpopular. I love Manny Machado.
Yeah, okay.
I get why you hate him. I get that I'm never going to be Johnny Hustle is not an appealing thing to say. I get all of that. Manny Machado is so much fun to watch. He's so good. He's going to stir the pot. He's going to enrage you. He's going to thrill you.
Yeah. He's a throwback player. He's a villain. He's like Luka.
Those guys.
He's a throwback guy. Why did he say that? What was the context of that?
Because he never ran hard to first base, and people started to boo him.
He never.
Yeah, like I said,
why is that a thing?
It is not a good thing to say. It is a really stupid thing to say. But if you pull back a little bit from it, having him on the baseball field is very entertaining.
Okay, remember our Shedeur Sanders conversation?
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
I worry about him saying something like that. It's not the talent. The football stuff is fine. I worry about that.
Yeah, it comes
and you
goes.
say that when you just lost again.
Then that's bad.
Right.
But you know what you do the next week? Throw 3 touchdown passes and we're good.
Right.
Yeah.
But some fan bases are unforgiving. Yes, depending on where you go.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. You mentioned Luka. Lakers with a huge win in Oklahoma City. How huge? That's next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3NEXTGEN today.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGEN.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Baseball's my favorite sport because you can fail 70% of the time and still be a legend. Like my diet. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Big League Gift Giveaway. Get a pickleball set when you earn 500 points on your rewards card. The 15th.
Number 2.
The Good Times Pizza Company's brick oven cooks your crust to perfection. Get it to go today.
And the number 1 reason.
Desi Banks. Live April 25th. Get tickets now.
Morongo. Good times.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Quick college basketball question for you.
I would hate him. I'm sorry.
Hate who?
Just finishing that convo. See, again, it bleeds over into the air. I would hate him. I would hate him for life. If Luka decided to not want to be a Laker.
He'll be here.
I was just saying, he better. But if he said, I want to move on.
I'm optimistic. I don't even like putting that
I would ride
out
with
there.
I forgave LeBron. I'm not going to forgive you.
Was there anybody that was not a Duke alum that wasn't elated watching them choke on Saturday night?
I'm going to ask you. I was so happy.
It was wonderful.
I love watching Duke lose. Is that bad?
I think everybody, unless you went to Duke, I think you love watching them lose.
Yes.
That's just fun.
Even if they got hosed, I don't care.
Yeah, and they might have gotten mildly hosed, but they also spit the bit.
They hosed themselves.
I wish it was more egregious. I wish they cheated. I
Yeah.
wish they really cheated. I love it when Duke loses.
That was so much fun to watch them just spiral over the last minute of that game.
Yes.
It was just wonderful.
And
they beat themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not this is earned over years. They've gotten every single call for years. I'm sick of Duke.
When the dude from Houston, forgive me for not knowing this guy's name, the kid that was the 60% free throw shooter goes to the line and knocks them both down, you're like, oh, they're going to win.
They're going to win this game.
And then the guy from Duke, who was like an 82%, nearly caved in the backboard with his free throw attempt. It was such a brick. I'm like, oh, yeah.
They were tight. They were tight.
I'm
as
happy
well as
for Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah.
I've always liked him as a coach.
It's great because like Houston is a number 1 seed, so they're not an underdog. It's a commuter school in the middle of a big city, so it's like there's not like any feel good around them. They're just really good at basketball with a famous coach. But everybody's pro Houston just because they're playing Duke.
Right.
It was terrific.
Of course.
It was terrific.
I loved, and maybe people are getting tired of this, but I ate up every single tweet that included the White Lotus Duke image, liked it, shared it, saved it. And I also, from years and years of being a Duke hater, have the diddukewin.com just already ready to go, and it's just one blank page that will update whenever they lose, and it says nope, they didn't win, and it has the score.
It's terrific.
And to all you Duke grads, look, you got to be very successful and very, very good for us to hate you this much.
It's the Yankees, it's the Cowboys, it's nobody hates a guy that loses every time.
Yes,
you only hate the guy that wins,
and you're
more than he's
obnoxious
supposed to.
when you win.
It's like specifically the school is so snotty.
Yes.
It's private. All the people go on to work in finance and like are just that kind of person that you want to root against.
Yeah, I will park on your grass.
Yeah,
if you have a Duke flag in your yard,
and I say
on
that
your grass.
as someone with 8 relatives that went to Duke, I know exactly the person they are.
My mother-in-law is a Dookie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I love.
Let me refrain. Let me refrain.
It was terrific.
Oh my God.
Cappy, O'Shea, producer Lindsay, and DeMarco. Special viewing of Monday Night Raw tonight at Hollywood Park Casino. Grand prize of a pair of tickets to WrestleMania. They got one of those. Plus, you need to be present to win. You need to be 21 years or older to enter. Park, party, and play at HPC, Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7.
Shout out to Yukon. How about that?
Yeah,
How
I think we got something coming up, right?
We will be talking about Yukon in a little bit.
Gino, my man.
Dude, he's lost one game in the championship round.
It's ridiculous.
So they have gone to the championship game 12 times, and they have won 11 times.
Why can't, I already know the answer. That's stupid radio guy stuff. But you should consider him as one of the best basketball coaches of all time. Period.
Yes.
End of story.
I think people do.
I hope so. I hope there is
11-1 is hard to argue with.
If you're going to talk about the best coaches of the sport of basketball in history,
a teacher of the game.
He's been
Gino
around
would be there
forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
it's
how long
40
has he been there?
years. He's been there for 40 years.
Has he really?
Yeah,
It's
40.
going to be 40 years this summer.
I was thinking that's almost our entire lifetime. That's longer than she's been on this
and
earth.
they have 12 titles.
Crazy.
Sorry, 11 titles.
Crazy.
That's a lot of titles.
I do wonder though. I do wonder if he did shift to the men's side, would he be as successful?
I have no idea.
It's hard to say no. The guy can teach the game.
He knows how to get people's attention. He
Yeah, he
knows how
does.
to run a practice. He knows how to lean. He knows how to inspire. He knows how to get up, your rear end if you need to do it.
I also think that women deserve great coaches as well.
Sure.
He doesn't need to go to the men's side to be successful.
It's just like coaches coming up from college to pro. I wonder what he'd be in the pros.
Yeah.
I wonder what he would be over here.
It's different, but it's not that different.
No. Yeah. It's a jump. Yeah.
Lakers blowout win in OKC yesterday, and it has to mean something to DeMarco because OKC played all their guys. The Lakers are still fighting like crazy for playoff position. The Thunder were not just saying, who cares, whatever. They clearly had their A game out there, and the Lakers rolled them. How much does it matter?
Two things were different. The Lakers shot the lights out.
They did.
Can't
55%.
Count on that. And I thought one thing we didn't talk about was they were better in the third. That has been
that's been
their
a bugaboo.
Achilles heel.
Yeah.
It seems like they got that figured out, or they would not allow OKC to get back in the game in the third. That was huge. So that's what JJ has been preaching, at least part of it, and it seems like they got that done. So you could go either way with this. If the Lakers are that good and they're that much better than the Thunder, then get ready for they're going to the finals because that's the number one team in the West if they are that much better than the Thunder. It could be that the Thunder are backing off slightly. They had a chance for 70 wins. I don't think it's necessary. You are the number one seed. It's all locked up.
Yep.
So why risk anything?
Yep.
You can see both sides, right? I think it's more of that than the other.
You said it earlier today, and it just like it's perfect. There's a Instagram thing that's gone around for a long time. It's Greg Maddux and Eddie Perez, who is his catcher for the Braves for a very long time. And going into a series against the Astros, Maddux told Perez, we never throw Jeff Bagwell changeups inside. Never. He's just going to – we're never calling that
not
pitch.
with that stance.
We're not doing that.
Right.
So they're playing the Astros in a game, and the Braves have a big lead, and here comes Jeff Bagwell, and he calls Eddie Perez out to the mound. He says, I want to throw an inside changeup. And Perez goes, I thought that's what we never do. He's like, trust me on this. I need to do it. So he throws an inside changeup. Ball gets put into the seats. Boom! Home run. He goes around. Braves still end up winning the game. Later that season, he gets Jeff Bagwell out in a critical moment because he set him up with that inside change, thinking it might come back
Perez
later.
that. I'm going to throw him this because he's going to think this in the postseason.
Yes.
Set him up months in advance.
Is that what that was yesterday?
Could have been. Could have been. I don't know. They played their guys. The only other thing besides the Lakers shooting the lights out and they were better in the third period was OKC's not getting to the line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, either they're just not driving it, but SGA still got his. He's on an MVP run. But one free throw attempt in the last 2 weeks. So either the refs have swallowed their whistles on them or people have figured them out. And it seems like if you get them in a half court situation, or at least the Lakers, there's a better chance than not that you're going to either drive for a score or kick it to the open guy like we just saw.
Yeah.
So either they're that much better than OKC.
I don't know. They're
and
not.
OKC's
they're
not as good as we
that
thought.
much better than OKC. They're
Or
not
they're setting them up.
27 points better than OKC.
I don't think. We'll see on Tuesday. Right.
Look, pro sports are pro sports. Occasionally, a good team gets thrashed. It just happens. Right. The other guy's got good players too. Good team that's in the middle of the pack has a great day. Team that's at the top of the pack has not a great day. Boop, you get an ass kicking.
Right.
It's just it happens. Not that big of a deal. But I think you're right. I think what we see tomorrow, I think will inform what happened yesterday a little bit more. If the Lakers beat them again, there's no way OKC's playing possum twice in 3 days.
I
no
agree.
way.
And they lost to Houston too.
Right.
Yeah. This. It could be strategy. It could be just.
I think it's two things.
The other two catching up. Yeah.
The first one you mentioned, which is the Lakers they played great.
Mm-hmm.
They shot 55% behind the line. They played really good defense. They were active. They were engaged, and more than anything else, they are competing for seeding.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're in the 3, which is absolutely where
With
you
some
want to
house
be.
money. Yeah.
With some house money. Yep. The opposite of that, I think, is what's going on with OKC. Once the 70-win thing was out the window, whether it even mattered to them at all, I think is one thing. They're not really playing for anything right now. And I get it, professionals. I get it.
Playing not to get hurt. Yeah,
you're playing out the string here. We're going to be the number 1 seed. We don't really care who we're going to play in the first round. We're going to have home court through this whole thing. Let's just get to the end of the line and make sure that we're as healthy as we can be.
That's
those two things come together. You could get a result like that.
I could see both, or it just depends, because when you do and you read what's coming out of OKC, it sounds like they feel like they got their tail whipped.
Yeah.
So if that's true, good for us. But we'll find out on Tuesday.
Okay, let's say the Lakers smack them around again, win by 12 points.
Blow them out again?
No, just comfortably win. 12 points. They win by 12.
Okay.
Okay, not a blowout, but not close. Comfortable.
Yeah.
Does that make you more or less likely think that they're playing possum?
If the Lakers do it twice on their floor,
just beat them twice.
That's not possum.
Okay.
You just got beat twice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay.
Now, if that's long range poker, if that's Phil Hellmuth, you're trying to set me up for the long con, then wow, that's guts. Gambling for a team that's never won a championship.
But what are the gambling exactly? What is potentially at risk?
You're gambling that you can just flip that switch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually reserved for like veteran teams that have done this before.
That switch needs to be on for this particular veteran team, the Lakers, and I like that it is.
Right.
I like that JJ's pushing them. I like that Luka seems to be a little bit more engaged. LeBron has been fully engaged. Austin Reeves has been fully engaged. Their defense seems to be re-engaging. Like we said the other day,
or it could be human nature. This meant more to the Lakers than them, and that's the way it looked.
It sure did.
All
of these games from now through the end of the line mean more for the Lakers than they're going to mean for their opponents.
And that's the way it should look. If it means more to one team than the other, it should be a blowout at this point in the year.
I think there's a guy, too. We spent so much about Luka and LeBron. There's another guy that needs to be nearly as best as possible if they're going to do what they did yesterday. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So I have an idea for a start of a segment because I'm going to say that I am going to admit when I'm wrong, or at least I'm open to a change of mind.
DeMarco, write down the date and time.
Got it. Go ahead.
Emily said she's wrong.
Oh, boy.
I'm open to being wrong. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
I'm open
scratch it.
Scratch that out.
We're
Yep,
done.
okay.
Go ahead.
I'm open to being wrong about Tom Cruise because I just saw it in the trailer, and I've been seeing these trailers.
Is this for Mission Impossible?
Yes.
Yeah.
For Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, the plane sequence looks amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the plane sequence on the biggest screen I can to see Tom Cruise hang off of a plane.
Of course.
I'm sorry. I'm in on this. I'm gonna watch this. I'm open to being wrong. If it's stupid, I'll go back to the same thing that I thought before. But I think I'm gonna be proven wrong once and for all.
What we're talking about. See, he climbed the side of a building. He
jumped a motorcycle off a mountain.
Motorcycle. Yes, come on, man.
I just want to feel my heart race. Maybe this is me getting older and not like wanting to be as complicated with everything I see. I just want to see plane go boom sometimes.
Yeah. So
and snipers.
And
silencers.
Sometimes watching stuff blow up is really fun.
Yes.
And you know what? It's very clear. This is the good guy. This is the bad guy. We want this guy to win. We want that guy to, and it's just fun.
And just a guy with like a zeal for like movie making and like making a capital M movie is going to be great. So I am open to being wrong about Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible sense.
We're going to bring around the Arnold soon.
Okay,
into
old
everything
movies.
about him.
Throw a knife at a guy and impales him, and he goes, "Stick it out." See, it's just we're having fun.
See, because I love The Running Man. The Running Man, I was all in on that. Give me more stuff like The Running Man and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Want campy Arnold one-liners.
Yes.
There's a movie that simply cannot be beat because it's literally his only dialogue in the whole movie. Basically, Commando.
Yes.
With stick around, let off some steam, Bennett. He throws a pipe through the guy's chest, and all of the body heat shoots out.
Yes, have fun.
When was the last time you guys saw The Running Man with Arnold?
A long time.
Because like
2 months ago.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's literally every single second he leaves a scene, he has to say, "That was cold" or something.
He breaks a guy's neck on the airplane as they're sitting in coach. And then the stewardess comes by. He puts a hat over his eyes, and he goes, "Please don't wake my friend. He's dead tired."
Yes,
and then he jumps out of a moving airplane.
It's basically him doing "Have a nice trip. See you next fall" for
There you
every
go.
scene
See?
leaving.
Wonderful.
So
We're getting it
I'm
now.
open to that kind of stuff.
Commando.
I know you're not a Cruise person. Do you put the Cruise plane goes boom movies aside? The dramatic Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you think he's a good actor?
I love Tom Cruise.
So do I.
Just about everything he's done.
I think he's terrific. Why
Yeah.
do you have such an aversion to him, generally speaking, aside from plane goes boom movies?
So I think it's that he pushes. You can see the acting, and he pushes too hard on the, to me, dramatic roles.
Okay.
That he's too obvious that he's acting, which I know is like whatever.
I
but
never got that.
Yeah,
What
is
was
my
the-
opinion.
What was the one with Jamie Foxx? Where he played the bad
Collateral.
guy. Collateral.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Oh, really good. Yeah.
I'm looking at all The Firm I just watched again. The one I need to watch again is Vanilla Sky. Did you like it?
No.
It was weird.
I didn't like that.
It was weird. Very weird.
Good.
Valkyrie,
Morales
did you
will
see
break down Vanilla Sky with you.
that? Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's into that? Magnolia, I loved. Yeah.
Oh, his character in Magnolia, I have a lot of experience
Respect
with that particular
the- yeah.
character. I know that guy. I don't know that guy.
Me too.
But I know
that guy. Yeah.
And if you're looking to go to the movie theaters this weekend and you're thinking about going to Minecraft, it has outdone Barbie in its opening weekend. It's insane numbers. It's breaking box office records. But also be warned, if you go to see Minecraft, there may be a scene in which a bunch of kids in your theater throw popcorn in the air and at you or whatever.
Oh.
It's the chicken jockey scene, which if you like Minecraft, you care about that or whatever. But just be warned. Theater etiquette is not great.
In my mouth?
Nah, I'm not a part of this game. Yeah.
It's just like sitting at a 3252. You're going to
That's
get
right.
beer. You don't want it, but you're going to get it.
That I'm not there for that. Yeah, okay.
Listen to our show all week long for your chance to watch Saturday night's LAFC match at BMO Stadium inside the 710 suite. When you hear the cue to call, be caller number 7. The winner picks up 1 4-pack of sweet passes. Listen all week long to Trav and DeMarco, that's us, for your chance to win only with 710. So Lakers were great last night. It does feel like they're starting to round back into form like they were right before the trade and right after the trade. Like they look like a good basketball team again.
Don't they?
Yeah.
Starting to trust it.
They really do. Mm-hmm. Luka's going to have to be Luka. LeBron's going to have to be LeBron. If they can get what we've seen for the last, 3 months of Austin Reeves, if that can just, if the new Austin Reeves is just, he's going to give you 25 a night. They're going to be really, really hard to beat.
That I think you can count on. You really can.
Starting to.
You can count on him getting his almost every night. You can count on LeBron being LeBron every single night. Now, you have to worry about the others. We'll see. Dorian Finney-Smith.
Do you worry about Luka?
I am. I do. I worry about Luka being Luka because if Luka is off or Luka gets caught,
Luka's variance seems to be bigger than the other two.
A little bit. If he's on, you beat OKC by 20-something points. If he's off, it's going to be a nightmare.
I want somebody to do something to him.
What? To rattle?
Say something, challenge him. No, I'm talking to the opponent, a referee. Like, I need him to get into that, oh, yeah?
You know what I heard?
Like, oh, okay. I
heard
need
this, that he was getting into it with the fans down there.
Yeah, good.
Great. He seems like he's better when he's on the road.
He's
awesome.
John McEnroe. He needs to be mad.
Good. Then find a way. If it takes LeBron ignoring him or not giving him his praise,
could be.
Great.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Guilt him all the way to the finals. But that's the only guy that you kind of worry about, really. And you don't really worry about him because he's that good.
Okay, but I was going to say, you're going to need him to be at his best, but if I had to place a bet, I think he's going to be at his best.
I hope
because
so.
in the postseason, he has virtually always been at or near his best.
Yeah.
Like he's taken a team to the finals, he's taken a team to a Western Conference, like all of that kind of stuff as the best guy. As we get into the playoffs here, starting in just a handful of games, has Austin Reeves ever gone into a playoff series having to be the guy that's going to get 25 points a night? And if they don't, they're in a weird spot as far as trying to find them other places. Like, I know he's had good games in the playoffs. I know he's shown up as, hey, Reeves had a great night tonight. But this is one of those, you have to have it. I need 25 from LeBron. I need 30 from Luka. I need 25 from Austin Reeves. And if I don't, we're in trouble. Is he ready to carry that kind
I hope
of water?
so, because it's coming. What we, I guess, praise him for or give him credit for or say you have a seat at the table as far as the big three, now you're going to have to earn it. Same with SGA and the same thing. Can you be the same guy where you're not getting to the line? Obviously not.
That's a little different, DeMarco, because SGA is going to be the MVP of the league. He's not a supporting player. He is the main character.
Right, but he lives at the line.
Yeah.
This is how they've won, and when that doesn't happen,
if he doesn't play like that, they're in deep trouble.
But I would argue that Austin Reeves has never done anything that would lead us to believe that he cannot measure up to the moment. Because ever since he's been on this team, he has pulled his weight and gotten better and better each year. Even in that Western Conference Finals run, where they played the Nuggets in the finals, I guess 2 years ago, Reeves was a very important piece of that and was ready for the moments when they called to him.
I don't disagree. I guess what I'm saying is it's one thing to get it as a pleasant surprise and say, wow, as opposed to, hey, I need you to give me 25 tonight or we're cooked.
I don't think you can win a series if he doesn't get off.
Yeah.
That's what it goes from something, oh, that's nice, to, hey, we need that.
He's almost going to have to win a game for you.
I think it's coming.
But I would say he's also been the most consistent player on this Lakers team for the entire year. He has been incredible every time he's on the court. Anecdotally, when I was at the game on Friday, every time, like the crowd's energy followed Reeves more than any other player on the court because LeBron and Luka were coming off here and there, and Austin Reeves was having a great night that night, but he had the big flashy assists. He had the big flashy threes. People love Austin Reeves and ride him at least at home.
He might be the most likable guy on the roster.
Yeah, I think you're
People
right.
get sick of LeBron and Luka with all the complaining. All this guy does is play.
And his teammates like him.
The complaining is a big part of it. There's no question. And the other thing is, and I don't mean, there is nothing on this earth that I could relate to with LeBron James and Luka Doncic and myself. They're the elites of the elites of the elites.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves is an elite professional athlete, and I'm not saying, but he feels more like Dorian Finney-Smith, Austin Reeves. They feel like, those are quote unquote
guys,
regular guys that you can
dudes.
aspire. Like when you watch golf, right? When Tiger Woods was doing his things, like I don't know what that is, man. I love watching it. It's incredible to watch, but I don't even know like what the thought process is in going into that. Whereas you watch most of these other guys, like I can kind of sort of do that. I've tried that shot before. The Tiger stuff's just off the board. The LeBron stuff's off the board. The Luka stuff's off the board. Reeves plays a game. None of us can play it, obviously, but it feels accessible to regular people, and I think that's why he resonates.
When he scores, I'm happy for him. When Luka and LeBron score, I'm happy for me. Is that weird? Does that sound weird to you?
I don't know what you mean exactly.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm rooting for him. He's kind of an underdog.
I got
when
you.
they score, I expect you to score.
There's an element. Yeah, that's exactly right. There's a little bit of an element of underdog. He's not an underdog. He's a borderline all-star caliber player. There's nothing underdoggy about him
He's
anymore.
at the transition phase. He's about to turn into a superstar.
Yeah.
And a good postseason will do that for him. It's coming. Look, I mean, it's not going to get any better than what it is right now for you. You should seize the moment if you're Austin Reeves.
Okay, I know this isn't how it's going to end because there's 4 games left and everybody's bunched super close together. But right now, as we sit here at 11:28 on Monday morning, the Lakers are the 3. They would play the Golden State Warriors in the first round of the playoffs.
Let's get it.
Okay,
let's go.
That's tough. It's a tough matchup, but it's a matchup that
I would love to send Draymond home.
If they advance, their most likely opponent in the second round would be the Houston Rockets. Let's go.
Let's go again.
Here's who's on the other half of the draw that you would not have. You'd only have to play one of these 3 teams if, in fact, whoever comes out of that half. OKC, Denver, Clippers.
Yes. 2 of those 3 I would love to avoid as long as
quite
possible.
Frankly, Denver right now is reeling. Jamal Murray is injured. Like that they feel a little limpy. Like they're the wounded antelope on the savannah right now.
Yes.
Like they may be gettable that they weren't a while ago.
But those first 2 have 2 MVP candidates. If I can avoid them as long as possible, so be it. Especially the big one in Denver.
Kawhi's doing Kawhi stuff.
That's bigger for them than it is for the Lakers.
I was talking with Greg this morning.
Yeah.
I don't need any of that right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Skip that.
That's a whole side argument you don't need.
You're going to get to skip it. You don't have to play any of those if it stays like this. It won't, but
can you imagine if the Clippers sent the Lakers home? You would never hear the end of it.
No. It would
ever,
be wild.
ever.
It would be wild. All right, give us a call right now. 877-710-ESPN, that number, 877-710-3776. You got your chance at a 4-pack of sweet passes to Saturday night's LAFC match. Little hot and cold coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA is...
million members and literally billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less. I mean, it's really that easy on at least 2 players, and you've got a shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. So run your game all season long with Prize Picks. And here's the best part. It's springtime, right? Baseball season is officially underway. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from baseball into your Prize Pick lineup. So whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, it could be first inning runs, you take your pick of more or less, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You're going to get a $50 bonus when you make your first $5 lineup. That's CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Download that Prize Picks app. Prize Picks, run your game.
Hey there, I'm Jack.
And I'm Stag.
We're just 2 deer that want to make sure you know it's deer season at your authorized John Deere dealer. The deer season that saves bucks, you know? Like us?
Yeah, you can get $3,000 off select John Deere machines. No early wake-up calls or tree stands required.
Just a trip to your authorized dealer before June 2nd.
If you ask us, it's the only deer season worth celebrating.
Visit johndeere.com/deer season to find an authorized dealer and for complete finance details.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching
Does this have peanuts?
to waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
As you know, we've welcomed a new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Thanks, Chris.
Hody.
Hi.
Kapunka. So what's hot is Paige Beckers. Congrats, Paige Beckers, on finally getting your national title.
Hey.
And let me just tell you what she went through in her time at Yukon. So her freshman year was held in a bubble amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Boo.
She missed more than half of her sophomore year and her entire junior year because of knee injuries. Most consequentially, she tore her ACL in the summer of 2022. She reached the Final Four 3 times before this year and fell short in each instance until this year. And her story is the story that we are missing in college sports right now. Because everyone can transfer, because of NIL, because these teams and these coaches turn over so often, you don't get the Paige Becker story that often of someone who committed to a school, stayed to a school, and you got to see her finally accomplish this huge thing that she's looking forward to. And women in college basketball can do this because they get paid more at the beginning of the
to
WNBA
not be a pro.
To not be a pro. So you stay at college, you get the big NIL deal. We have this potential with Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins could take the same Paige Becker story. She reaches the Elite Eight. She gets injured. She comes back. She has her long career at USC. I hope is what's happening. But this is what's great about college sports, and I'm happy that Paige got to her accomplishment.
It's a great point, because, DeMarco, I think one of the things that you and I grew up with, and one of the things that I certainly love, and I think I speak for you, was the story of the guy going through a thing and overcoming the thing.
Oh, yeah.
And sticking in a place to, maybe get knocked down or maybe get to the top, and he tries to go back the next year and he comes up a little short.
She could have gone to the WNBA. She decided to stay.
Right. And because of the portal, because of NIL, and I'm deeply conflicted about this because I want the players to get the money. I want the players to have freedom of movement because it's the coaches do, But I hate the fact that the story that you just laid out, Em, doesn't happen anymore. It's just, I'm not playing here. I'm going to the next place. Or even if the guy on Houston tonight might win a national championship with his second different team. That's just bizarre.
That's not right. Yeah.
He won with Baylor a few years ago. He's going to win. It's like, that's just weird, man. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Shouldn't be multiple schools.
Yeah. I like I said, I'm conflicted with all this because I do love stories like that.
Or shouldn't be that you can do that. Or we're just not used to it. I think we should get used to it because it's going to happen more and more and more and more. Because, like you said, it's free reign now. But the first thing I thought was I didn't So she blew out that knee or tore her ACL in 22-23?
In the summer of 22.
Okay, well, that's good for Juju. And I wonder if she comes back.
She missed a year and a half, basically, of her college career.
She did miss a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
she did make it. She made it back to win a national. That's huge. That's big time there. But yeah, stories of redemption and comeback stories. That's sports. That's what sports is about.
Yeah,
You should.
I'm with you, but just the constant movement of players for no other, not because they couldn't get on the court or they had this or like. I get it. Occasionally somebody would start one place and end another, but okay, now it's just endless movement and it's free agency run amok. But I also don't want to take that off the table for the guys that can make money doing it.
Okay, if you want to enter the portal, my first question would be why. If it's anything else other than the guy in front of me is too good and I'm not getting on the court or the field, okay, I understand. If you start with I don't like it here or I don't like the coach, I wouldn't hear you.
Tough toenails.
Yeah, exactly. Grow up. Yeah, you're not going to like a lot of things in life.
When I was playing, if a guy wanted to transfer, you were basically punting on a couple of seasons.
Yeah,
and it was
at least
real
one.
Yeah, it was a real decision to leave because once you that was it. Like you better get the second one right. You better know you're going to play, et cetera, et cetera. It was now it's just like this. I'll go. Guys are on 4 or 5 different teams.
Well, the money's involved now. You can actually entice players to come to you now.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Yeah,
and I think that
it cannot sustain.
Gino Auriemma actually was talking about this, and he said something interesting. He goes, they need to have contracts, which I think everybody's kind of on the same page. Like, we have to codify this in some meaningful way. And he said, well, I can go anywhere I want, but there has to be a buyout. So why not put buyouts in the player contracts, too? That if you want to go from Yukon to Baylor or whatever it is, then Baylor's got to not only pay you what you want, but they got to pay the university what they negotiated
that they're
into
covered.
That would change a lot.
It would get a lot of people to think twice.
That would solve a lot of issues right there.
I do think, though, that this is an attribute of what makes the women's college basketball world somewhat more interesting to follow over the course of a couple years because the best players do stay.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark stays. Juju so far has stayed. Paige has stayed. The best players they want to look forward to tend to stay with their team for their entire career. So that's great. Congrats to Yukon. What's cold? Hockey, not just because it's
ice.
It's ice. It's cold. it's chilly when you go see a hockey game. But two great things that happen this weekend. LA Kings are going to the postseason again, 4th straight year, and it's always fun to end up going to the postseason off of a win against your quote-unquote rival in Edmonton. Yeah. So Edmonton is who has beat them the last 3 years, correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's nice to get in and beat your rival at least.
And
but
guess who they're very, very, very likely to play in the first round of the playoffs?
Edmonton.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
And guess who's very, very, very good? Edmonton. Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year you get to the second round. And it's one of those things, too, with a rivalry where you're playing the same person over and over again, kind of like with the Nuggets and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Is that the 1 year you knock them off might be the year you go all the way.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the path for the Kings. But obviously, everyone's seen this over the weekend in hockey. Ovechkin passed Wayne Gretzky
Alex Ovechkin.
For goals scored he got number 895 on Sunday.
Great.
Crazy.
See, that's why hockey should be 2 games, leg 1, leg 2.
Oh, stop it. You're not selling that. No.
How did you even bring that up?
That's a lemon. Not even good.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Okay,
whatever.
Aggregate
goals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Done.
Do you care much
about Ovechkin?
Ovechkin's
goal
record?
I'm a hockey fan, and I follow it a little bit, but I don't. I'd be lying if I said I had a deep understanding of hockey history.
Yeah.
What I thought I did think I knew, which obviously I was wrong about, was that Wayne Gretzky had put that mark so far out of reach that no one was ever going to touch it. And this
I
dude,
never thought it would happen.
And this dude just broke it. And now they're talking about, can he get to 1,000 goals?
Probably could.
I mean, he's 105 short or 104 short.
You probably could. It's insane. I never thought Ovi would be the guy that would catch him. But to be honest, I didn't know he was still playing.
And he scored 40-some goals this year.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I thought that Gretzky being there to shake his hand that's big time.
Yeah.
That is big time.
Yeah. Look, Wayne Gretzky, Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Like, when you break records like that, if the guy's still with us, it's nice to see that person at the event.
I think this might be our last one. We'll never see this record broken again.
No, I don't. No, we're too old. I'm trying. Like nobody's catching LeBron.
I don't think so. No.
Trying to think some of those other ones. Nobody's getting. Well, Mahomes could do it.
Yeah,
Mahomes could do the Super Bowl
Another
thing.
small thing about what happened with Ovechkin is that I believe I saw this. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I saw this out there, but that he did it in the same place that Gretzky had his last goal scored.
Oh,
so
no way.
Both against the Islanders.
Okay.
I would not feel bad if I was that goaltender. He's done it to everyone.
He's put 894 other ones in the back of the net.
And one of the good things too is that it wasn't an open netter. That would have been that would have been unfortunate, but it would have been ceremonial at that point.
But they count. You know what I mean? It's like hitting a home run in the 8th inning of a 10-2 game. Still a home run. Still a goal.
Even if it's off of Kike Hernandez.
And it's still a home run.
You don't get a ton of credit for empty netters, though.
They count.
They do count.
You know what I mean? They
I'm
count.
glad the record breaker wasn't an empty netter.
I am too, but it's like, it would be a little weird if it was.
Yeah.
But it's not like if it was his last goal ever, that would be weird. But he's going to get more goals.
Of course he is, and he ripped that one. That was a beautiful shot.
Who's hot? Who's cold? It's brought to you by NextGen, the official AC heat, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXGEN or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com.
You would celebrate an empty netter, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't celebrate. No, if it was for the all-time goals, hell yes.
You would celebrate the empty netter?
All 895 of them were not empty netters. I got to get a lot. By the way, I bet Gretzky had more than 0 empty netters.
Of course.
True.
That's my point. Like they all add up the same.
That's
it's
the first
how
thing
many
people brought up is that Gretzky has 73 shorthanded goals.
That's a lot.
To Ovi's 8.
That's
That's
But
big
they're
difference.
different styles of
lead.
players.
Yes.
And it would be like LeBron getting the scoring record on a free throw, which he would have gotten it.
But they all count.
Yeah.
And you don't get to those crazy numbers without having a bunch of those in there.
Yeah. Is that a free throw or is that one where they just give him the layup?
No, you know what it would be? I got it. It'd be on a goaltend.
Oh my God.
It would be on a goaltend.
That would be
like
so
you don't even
LeBron.
get the satisfaction to see it drop through the hoop. It's just goaltending, record breaker. That's what
That's
it would
a
be.
heel move. Yes.
The dub coming up next.
Mason and Ireland.
Can you do a cartwheel, John, if you were pressed?
I used to be able to, but I haven't done it in so long.
I've not done a cartwheel in a really
you do
long
one?
time. I'm sure I can.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, basketball fans. John Ireland here. You've seen Austin Reeves rise to the occasion, and now he's bringing that same drive to his latest signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Built for speed, support, and all-day comfort, these kicks are made for players who never back down. Austin was involved in every step, making sure the AR2s match his game. Tough, versatile, and ready for anything. Go to Rigorer.com, Rigorer, and get your pair today. Rigorer.com.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new Jewels of the Sea, featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish, and set sail on a flavor adventure at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Don't miss the action, the fun, and maybe even a few surprises. Monday, April 14th, 3 to 6 p.m. Live from SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
That's really interesting. So you said I only like them on airplanes.
Yeah.
There are things that I only order on airplanes.
Yeah, like?
There's 2 drinks in particular.
Ginger ale.
That's one.
Oh, God.
There are 2 times I have ginger ale. On an airplane or when I have the flu.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 times
Wear 'em
you have
out.
the ginger ale.
Cranberry juice?
No, but you're in the right neighborhood. Just straight tomato juice.
On an airplane?
On an airplane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever had a glass of tomato juice in my life that it wasn't a Bloody Mary unless I was on an airplane.
Or a michelada.
Or a michelada, yeah.
Okay.
It's in other things. It's
You
not
don't
just
have to buy the whole bottle, so you can just give me a cup. And that's it.
You're sun chips on an airplane
Sun
guy.
chip every time on an airplane.
French onion or garden salsa or
French
cheddar?
onion is key
Yeah, those are
with
good.
a ginger ale. Talk
Oh.
about happy days.
Oh.
Yeah. Throw a
Don't
peanut
just-
butter PB&J after that, you're good.
I may or may not have had that for dinner last night. I'm just saying.
PBJ?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so
Come on.
good. Happy birthday to Jackie Chan, who turns 71 years old today.
Unreal. We should all have so much energy and flexibility and guts.
I would have got that wrong by about 20 years if you would ask me how old
You
Jackie
thought he was
Chan
older or
was.
younger?
I thought he was younger.
Oh,
How old
yeah.
is he? He's 71. I would have thought he was maybe not 20 years, maybe 10. I would have got he was 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should watch his older stuff before he became an American star.
Okay.
His old action kung fu stuff, yeah, just unbelievable.
Are you a big kung fu movie fan?
Used to.
Yeah.
It kind of, I guess, peaked with Kill Bill 1 and 2.
Okay.
Once Tarantino kind of did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never really grabbed me.
Really?
No,
Oh,
I mean, I
you
don't
still
hate
love-
them. It's
yeah.
not like I won't watch one, but
Yeah.
it was never, I got to go see this one or that one.
Oh my God! Was it Samurai Assassin? Was one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Or was it Ninja Assassin?
I don't know.
Yeah, Samurai Assassin. Whatever it was. Great stuff. Love that stuff.
Happy birthday to another famous actor, Russell Crowe, who does turn 61 today. I would have gotten that one wrong in the other direction. I would have thought Russell was more like 65 or 6.
Is he back to Gladiator Russell Crowe? Or is he?
He hasn't been in something
no.
that I've
Or is
seen.
he
in a
John
long
Daly
time.
Russell
He's
Crowe?
still chunky Russell Crowe.
Okay.
He was in this movie, I think called it wasn't called The Exorcist, but it's like maybe The Exorcism.
Oh, yeah, that's
where he
right.
basically plays the Pope's exorcist. That's what he was
Yeah.
in.
The Pope is possessed in this movie?
I guess so. I don't
Okay.
know. Do you guys remember when he was in Les Mis and he was terrible at singing?
Yes, I do.
He was really bad.
Inspector Javert was.
Javert.
Javert. Yes. Yeah. I
Why
like
would you
Russell Crowe.
cast someone that can't sing in a musical? That seems like a bad idea.
Because it's Russell Crowe.
I get it, but it's a musical. I'm not asking him to be Maximus Aurelius. I'm asking him to sing.
Get
the
a good
only
actor
reason
that
I
can
went and
sing.
saw that movie is because Russell Crowe is in it and he's going to sing.
But that's a you problem.
Yes.
That if you went to Les Mis to see Russell Crowe, that's on you.
I've seen Les Mis before. Russell Crowe is in Les Mis. He's playing that role. This I got to see.
Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. Fair enough. But
I've come for you 24601.
There's a reason there's more than one actor at any given time. Different actors for different roles.
Yes.
If you need somebody to jazz hands it up in Les Mis, then let's do that.
This is true. Okay, well, let me just argue on behalf of Russell. He couldn't sing as well as the others in the movie.
Okay.
There you go. How about that? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
There you go.
What your favorite Russell Crowe movie? Is it Gladiator?
Let me see.
A Beautiful Mind.
Now, actually, it's L.A. Confidential.
Great movie.
He was fantastic.
He's terrific
Yes,
in
he
L.A.
is.
Confidential.
Yes.
He's terrific in A Beautiful Mind, and it's a good movie. I don't know if it's a great movie. It's feel good. You know how it's going to end. The whole thing. I liked him in Cinderella Man.
Oh yeah,
As Jim Braddock.
James J. Braddock.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. That was a good
There's
movie.
another one called Fathers and Daughters, or I think that's the name of it, and it's tough. It's a tough one.
He's in it.
Movie. Yep.
Fathers and Daughters.
He's good in the one with Pacino where he's the tobacco executive that spills the guts.
The Insider.
Yeah, The Insider. That was good too.
That's when he started the chunky Russell Crowe. He
Gotta
never
get in
came
the
back.
character.
Bro, you're
Gotta
supposed to gain that for the role and then lose it. No.
So hard to lose it. So hard to lose it. Francis Ford Coppola turns 86 today, and he's less rich than he used to be because he spent all his money on Megalopolis or whatever it's called. Is that right?
Yeah, Megaflopolis.
Megalopolis. Did you ever see it?
Did it ever come out?
Yes, it did.
When did it come out?
Last year.
Did you see it?
No.
Did you?
No.
I'm not wasting my time on that.
Really? Okay.
He spent all his own money to do it, too.
Yeah, which again, I respect a vision and I respect a lifelong goal to make this movie, but it was not very good.
He made The Godfather. He's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is that does not tarnish his credentials as an amazing director. Just his last possibly film is probably his worst.
Hey, it's your hand, bro. You're going all in. Good luck.
Why not? It was on this day in 2003 that Carmelo Anthony's named Final Four Most Outstanding Player. Syracuse beats Kansas in the national championship game, getting Jim Boeheim his first national title.
Jimmy B. Oh, my God. Still one of your favorite coaches?
Boeheim?
Yeah. He's one of those guys.
He's one of the more famous ones.
Yeah.
I think that's more because of you and our age. He was there for a trillion years, but I don't know if he was super well liked among his peers. I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think he was a little abrasive.
I didn't know that. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Boeheim is just like Paige Buchers for me. I can never spell their name.
Yeah.
Spell Boeheim.
Boeheim?
Yes.
Now spell it the way you want to spell it.
B-O-H-I-M. Boeheim.
I also like how SIG, I get these from Stats and Info Group and I copy them in here. It says earning Jim Boeheim his first national title, his only. He's not coaching anymore.
Oh.
He's retired. So just say his only national title.
He got one.
He got one.
That was a hell of a team too.
This is a good one. Today, in 1993, The Sandlot was released.
Oh.
You know what? I just Instagram told me this. Taught me this over the weekend. You know, at the end of the movie, when adult Benny the Jet is playing for the Dodgers, right, and he steals home to win the game, and the guy looks up at the press box and thumbs up. The actor playing that is actually the older brother of the kid who plays Benny the Jet in the movie.
Oh,
that's
no
great.
way!
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
those two actors are brothers.
Wow.
Vitar, I think, is the last name.
One of the best summer movies of all time.
It's terrific.
Love that movie.
It's one of those movies that you watch it and it feels like summer vacation. It feels like you're watching this and you're with these guys.
Do you know how much they had several dogs that played the Beast in the movie, but the one where the Beast is sitting there with the T-shirt and watching the boys play baseball. Do you know how much that dog weighed?
How much?
Anybody want to guess?
250.
200
Woo!
pounds.
Good Lord.
A 200-pound dog.
Shopping bag. Yeah.
That is
and a shovel.
Absolutely
Good
crazy.
Lord.
If you had to pick a character from The Sandlot, who are you most like?
Who's the one that says you're killing me, Sams?
Smalls.
Smalls.
Oh
You're
my
killing me, Smalls.
gosh. You got that wrong.
The great Hambino.
Him.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Good,
Sam's?
good player, kind of there for the comic relief.
Yeah.
Having a good time, like to goof
That
around
would be
a
me.
little bit. I guess must have watched a lot of Sandlot Instagram stuff this weekend. All that stuff when he's talking, you know what, to the fancy Little League kids, all improvised.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, let him go.
Yeah,
wow.
they let Ham cook for a few
And
minutes.
the guy who plays him will now walk around and people have the "You're Killing Me" Smalls shirt.
Yeah.
With like his face on it.
Yeah.
They sold it at Urban Outfitters and a bunch of other places, and they'll walk by him, and they have no idea who he is, and he'll like
He's an
videotape
adult
them.
now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's something
cute.
he just wrote
Yeah.
a children's book.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He seems like a good guy.
Another great baseball movie was released in 1989, Major League.
One of my favorites of all
Terrific.
time. I used to watch that movie every day.
What do you want me to do? Dive for it?
Right. Thank you.
Such a great line.
You ever tank another one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Oh,
like
yes.
when they win it and Ricky Vaughn gets punched out by Dorn and
Yes.
then picks him up and gives him a hug.
I loved it.
Another
Yes.
baseball. Today's a good. Oh my gosh.
Who?
Benchwarmers released in 2006. Okay.
Is that Freddie Prinze?
No, that is Napoleon Dynamite and David Spade
Oh,
and
okay.
Rob Schneider.
I don't think I've.
John Heater, I think is.
Did you see it?
It's
Of course. I like it when they go hitting those mailboxes with the
Yes.
bat. Let's go batting
I've never
practice.
seen Benchwarmers.
There's a
Yeah.
great scene where one of the teams they're trying to beat brings in a ringer, and it's this kid who's clearly a man. and the umpire's like, hey, I need to, this is 12 and under, and the kid, man, reaches into
certificate.
his back pocket for his birth certificate, and all it's a piece of notebook paper that says, I am 12.
Oh my God! Wow.
In green ink. Just I don't know why it's green ink.
So good, so good. And another baseball movie released today. This makes 4. The Bad News Bears was released in 1976.
No, why today? If we're all baseball movies,
I don't know.
Beginning of baseball season, kind of. I guess it's
Oh,
early.
opening day.
Opening day
Yeah,
stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
there you go.
I love the Bad News Bears. I wanted to be Tanner Boyle.
Tanner was
Yeah.
Spitfire.
Yeah. Or Kelly Leak.
I love when I forget the character's name. The kid who climbed the tree after he dropped the ball in the outfield.
Is that the
The
one
black
with
kid.
Oh, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I forget the character.
Let me see.
Ahmed? It might be Ahmed.
Yes,
because he says something, and Buttermaker says something about, well, what about, he goes, don't be giving me your, he says something he's not, and he looks at him and goes, whoa, let's not make this racial. The entire movie is racial.
Oh,
It's
my
just
God.
tremendous.
Walter Matthau is the only Morris Buttermaker.
Oh,
He
the
is.
best,
He's that guy.
The best. Little Supercross talk coming up next.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
I would.
Join Kathy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., producer Lindsay, and I for a special Monday Night Raw watch party here at Hollywood Park Casino. You can win tickets to the biggest wrestling event in Las Vegas, plus a round-trip airfare and a one-night stay. You must be present to win and 21 years or older to enter. Park party and play here at Hollywood Park Casino.
In the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
The LPGA Tour returns to Los Angeles for the JM Eagle LA Championship, presented by Pro, April 17th through the 20th at El Caballero Country Club. Come watch 144 of the world's best female golfers, including standout LPGA superstar Nelly Korda and back-to-back champion Hannah Green. Tickets start at just $25. First responders, military, kids under 18, and those affected by the Eaton and Palisades fires get in free. Get your tickets today at jmeagleLAchampionship.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
He's back.
There it is.
The woo-woo man is back. Mason's back on his vacation. Marcus Grant is here. Blue Review. I leave that for you.
Blue Review.
Nice to be back.
It is nice to be back. I'm excited to be back.
That first day back from vacation can go either way.
You know, I decided that I am going to come back from this vacation and take things less seriously. And by the way, you may say, I don't take
Impossible.
things seriously already, but I mean really less seriously.
So give me an example, for example.
Normally I come into a show with like 5 pages of prep. Today
Okay.
it's 2.5.
Okay.
So half the prep.
So you're 50%
half
less
the prep
serious.
to the show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What changed?
You know what? I labor over. I get so worked up over the show and making it perfect, perfect is really never an option. And
Not in this format.
Not in this format.
Yeah.
It's just like screwing around. So anyway, I'm not going to. Bergman. The number of times Bergman will say, "What do you think of the show?" I'm like.
So from now on, it's going to be.
From now on, it's going to be yes, another one in the books.
So the highlight of your trip was what I followed along on Instagram, saw a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
But what was the high water mark?
The high water mark was, oh God, started with Saturday Night Live, ended with Sphere. There were some Broadway shows in the middle.
Wow.
What Broadway shows did you see?
I saw Sunset Boulevard, which stars Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls.
Okay. Yes.
I saw Gypsy starring Audra McDonald. She was just lights out. And then I saw a really cool Darren Criss musical called Maybe Happy Ending, where he plays a robot at like a home for old, obsolete robots.
Interesting.
It's very good.
Wow.
I would say the highlight was probably Sphere. I mean, it's crazy.
Eagles, right?
The Eagles, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
And the weirdest thing about it is, so I'm sitting there with Juan, and we're getting ready for the show. And by the way, there is a shot of, and I rolled video on this,
of LA?
Every landmark in LA. It is an amazing, cool way to walk into the place. But Deacon Fry from the band was just at my house, Glenn Fry's son. And I'm like, God, I know this guy. I can't remember the last time I was in an audience watching a friend of mine perform live.
Wow.
And I said to Juan, I think probably the last time was when we saw Bryan Cranston in Network, and we saw him on Broadway. So 5 minutes later, I look over. Bryan Cranston is in the next box.
No kidding.
That's awesome. The show. It was the weirdest friggin' coincidence of all time. But the Eagles are just amazing. Juan said, I don't know any Eagles songs. I'm like,
come on.
I promise you know every
Yeah, I was
Eagles
going to
song.
say, you might think you know no Eagles songs. He knows 25 Eagles songs.
Like
Hotel
everybody
California,
does.
Heartache
Every
Tonight.
song was another hit. I mean, that band had so many hits.
Eagles songs that I don't think I know that I'm like, oh, I do know this song.
Right.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Lion Eyes.
Witchy Woman.
Yeah,
Witchy Woman.
They did. Yeah, they opened
Hell
Witchy Woman
Freezes
with
Over.
Hotel California.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And for me, the highlight was they did. Boys of Summer.
I was gonna say, did they do some of their
I love
solo
that song.
stuff like that? Yeah.
That's the only solo record.
Okay.
They
Who
did
tried to tell me that was
Boys
a
of
baseball
Summer.
song? Was
I've
that you?
always believed
You
it was a
tried to
baseball
tell me it
song.
was a baseball song.
After the
Isn't
Boys
it?
of Summer are gone.
The Boys of Summer is a baseball expression, but the
Yes.
song's not about
That's-
baseball.
thank you, Travis.
It's literally in the hook.
I always assumed that it just meant that like he basically was like, I'll pay attention to you once baseball season is over.
That's
that was
what
how,
he got.
That was how I always took
The
it.
After
Boys of Summer are
My
us.
love for you will
Dudes
still
at the
be
beach.
strong.
Yeah, it's the Boys of
That's
Summer.
what I got.
Like right now, I'm all wrapped up in baseball. After the Boys of Summer are gone,
My love for you will still be strong.
There you
I've
go.
never took it that
After
way
the
ever
boys
in my
of
life.
summer are gone.
I took it
Baseball.
as he's in a town, he's meeting people that he knows he's there for a
He's
short
a local.
time. He's a boy of summer sampling townies.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was the local.
Yeah.
He liked the girl.
boy, yeah, I think you're
There were
missing
Boys
it
of
on
Summer
this song.
there, and once they leave, I'll still be here
Yeah.
for you.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, the
Boys
Boys
of Summer baseball.
I
like
figured,
your version
I
better.
just figured he was hanging out at the Ravine until like September, and then
Big
like
Kansas City Royals fan?
you know, and it was
Yeah.
just like hanging out till September,
Never.
and then we're back on again. You know, like,
Never. Wow.
So where do you guys think Andy Paz will live when he goes to Oklahoma City?
It's a good question.
the Bricktown neighborhood is very nice.
I honestly,
Poor guy.
I don't know how he chose that route for that baseball.
Okay,
I
so-
mean, it knuckled off the bat, but
that-
still.
GPS glitched. Yeah.
This is one of those weird things where I don't want to say I'm glad it happened because I don't want anybody to be embarrassed and I don't want Harper to have a double. However, that was a double even if he takes a perfect route. That ball was smoked. But it was representative of the struggles he's had all
Yes.
season long, which may accelerate their decision to try something else out there, which is the correct
He ain't
decision.
no center fielder.
If he's going to play center field like that, he needs to hit like crazy, and he's not hitting like
hitting
crazy.
like crazy, and he needs to run the bases right, and he's not doing that either.
No. It's a.
But I mean, options. By the way, Conforto's been great.
Yes.
Teoscar
No
obviously
surprise.
has been great.
No surprise.
There is some talk, and you mentioned this today, that Hee-Sung Kim
Could be on the way.
could be on the
see,
way.
did
to
you
play
see
second base
pressure?
to move Edmund to
So-
center field?
I saw the video.
Did you see the quote from Dave?
I did not.
Where the quote from Dave, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it was something along the lines of, "That's more of a long-term play," which I
okay.
interpreted to mean he hasn't started hitting
Not
yet.
ready yet.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
he's hitting okay at AAA. So the video that was going around, because he wasn't in the lineup yesterday, but there's video of him in the dugout, handshakes, high fives, hugs.
Oh,
which
that
sort of
he's leading.
led
Yeah.
people to believe he got the call.
Okay, good.
And could be on his way, I guess, to D.C. possibly.
Okay.
So
So
Look,
we'll wait and get news on that.
I hope so. And they're 9-2, so
Right.
to get frustrated with any of this stuff feels a little silly, frankly.
Come on, we're in Sports Talk Radio. Let's
I
get
get it,
frustrated.
but
We
here's
just
the
lost
thing.
2 out of 3.
Here's the frustrating part.
Yeah.
They could easily be 5-4.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Easily be 5-4, and
haven't-
you wouldn't have to squint for them to be 4-5.
Haven't played to 9-2. Have
No.
not played 9-2. They've gotten through some games that were surprising. By the way, you're a pitcher. You were a pitcher. I cannot believe Tyler Glasnow got so thrown by a little rain in the third inning of that game at Philly yesterday. He's been in the league for over a decade. How did he lose his composure?
It's a very good question. I don't know is the short answer. He's a terrific pitcher.
Yeah.
He is a very, very talented guy. The people that I have talked to that know things have said that the one knock on that guy is that if everything isn't exactly the way he needs it, he gets easily distracted, that he loses the plot very quickly over things that just sometimes you just have to roll with.
Yeah.
Right? That, I want the mound to be like, okay, it's raining, bro. It's not going to be the way you want it.
You'll know this. Do they have an opportunity to say, hey, timeout, the mound's not right. Can we get some fresh dirt out here?
You can ask for bring out like the kitty litter or whatever it is, the diamond dry, and they can put it on. But it's up to the umpires to decide whether or not you're going to do that.
Can you ask for it?
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah,
so you may want it and they say no.
Possible.
And the Dodgers didn't ask.
No, and look, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that. It was like a little.
It was raining.
Almost like sprinkles, right?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Like no one else seemed to really struggle with their footing all that much.
And he just went south.
He might be one of those guys that needs everything to perform at his best.
It's a tough way to
We
live.
all know people like that.
Yeah. Tough way to live.
Yeah, it is. It happens. What was that guy's name? There was a pitcher that could only pitch at home. Pitch for the Cardinals forever. He sucked on the road.
Go. Let's try Adam Wainwright.
I can't remember his name.
I'll take Adam Wainwright for 100.
Carlos Martinez, I think. No.
Oh,
Martinez.
Yeah,
he could only pitch at home.
Carlos Martinez.
He was lights out at home. On the road, he stunk because you got him off his routine.
By the way,
if his eggs weren't right,
you
he's
know,
not going to
we
pitch.
know who was like that.
Who?
Julio Urias.
Ah, okay.
Was terrible on the road and particularly terrible in day games.
Oh yeah,
which
there's something
could also
to that.
lead.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm looking at this going, this is bad luck.
That's like weird.
This is bad because if a little thing can get you off your game like that, what happens in the postseason when something goes wrong?
Yeah,
right. What happens if it's a little cold? If the mound isn't exactly the way you like? The little things like that.
Can throw
come
you.
on,
I don't
man.
get it. I don't get it. By the way, then Vesia comes in. That was an 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
You can't call that a fastball.
Above the belt.
Anything below 90 is not a fastball.
That was a friggin' meatball to Castellanos.
Anything below 90 is not a fastball.
No, it was a hanging change / fastball.
Right.
When he hit that home run, Marcus, he being Nick Castellanos, what's the first thing that went through your head?
Something terrible in the world is going to happen today.
I'm like, somebody's going to die.
He is a harbinger of doom. Like he is. Do you not know this, DeMarco?
No, tell me
there's
this.
a string of Nick Castellanos hitting home runs when some terrible piece of news. So it started.
Are you serious?
And not once or twice. It's like,
for real?
Yes.
It started with Tom. So you remember when Tom Brenneman had his
said what he said.
Said what he said over the.
Yep.
Well, in the middle of Tom Brenneman's apology,
and there's a deep drive to left by
Castellanos, and it's a 4-0 game.
This before.
So that's how it started. But now every time Castellanos hits a big home run, like there's a death, there's some tragedy, something happens.
He's the baseball version of Final Destination.
Wait a minute,
that's exactly right.
That's my 401k count.
Don't get me started.
There are a lot. There's one where they were doing like a World War II memorial where this guy had served a long time. He just passed. He's like the last remaining, soldier from this. And there's a deep drive to left by every time something very somber is taking place, this man homers.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
There's a man for every moment. There it is.
I couldn't stop thinking. But look, great start.
Yep.
Great start. How much stock do you guys put in what we saw yesterday afternoon where the Lakers just put it on OKC? Just a good night against a bad night or something more?
I put all my stock in it. There is no way. Anybody that says that team can't compete for a championship is ridiculous at this point. That team, when they are right, is absolute money. And yesterday you're going to look at it and say, well, they made 22 threes. They made 8 of the first 10, 15 of the first 23. Yeah, they did. But they also played just electric defense.
They did.
And what Luka Doncic is able to do, what is in his bag of magic tricks. Every single one, whether it was the hesitation or the step back three or the spin move or the circuit shot, all that stuff was dead on yesterday. And I think that team can absolutely win a championship. And by the way, they're on the other side of the bracket at the moment from both OKC and Denver, which is huge.
And the Clippers.
And the Clippers, although the Clippers have the same record.
They're all, that back half is all bunched together, but today they're on the back half. What about you, Marcus?
I think what you saw yesterday was OKC not having a great day at the same time the Lakers had a very good day. And I think if you're the Thunder, I think you try to just sort of shake that off. But I think in the back of your mind, it is a reminder that the gap between you and everybody else in the West is maybe not as big as it has been during the season. Look, I heard you guys talking like the push for 70 wins, probably off the table at this point. But, just a reminder that the Lakers, the Nuggets, there's so many teams that are still coming for you. And as great of a season as you had, it can all go away in a moment.
I'm going to wait till Tuesday. I'm going to wait till after Tuesday to tell me what this
Although
one is.
I don't know what Tuesday is going to be. You're talking about tomorrow.
Yes.
I mean, isn't there an incentive for OKC to now rest guys?
No, I don't think.
You don't think
there's incentive for rest, but I agree with you, DeMarco, because there's, I don't know if it's a likelihood, but certainly a possibility that they're going to have to play the Lakers in the postseason. The very last thing they want is to get slapped around by them twice towards the end of the season.
They've got to decide, do they want the Lakers in the second round or do they want them in the conference finals?
Yeah.
Right now they're in the other side of the bracket. Isn't there an incentive for OKC to make sure the Lakers stay the 3?
You'd rather
postpone
let
that as
them
long as
win?
possible. I want to see the Lakers until the conference finals if I'm
So
OKC.
let them win?
Not let them, just rest guys.
I don't think.
Oh, then bench them. Yeah, if you want to do that, bench them.
Cute like that.
Yeah.
That first of all, that enrages the gods. They don't like when you get cute.
That's too much 3D chess.
Can you pull? Can you pull SGA off the floor if he's running for the MVP?
He's got.
I think he's got it in the bag.
You don't have it until you have it. That's.
I hear you,
Yeah.
but.
Can you actually pull him off the floor now and say he's got it?
I think you could.
I think he wins it mostly because people are tired of voting for Jokic.
Yeah.
I think we've reached that point.
Jokic's season is amazing.
It's arguably the best season he's ever had.
Probably the best, and the trophy's going to move because it is a traveling trophy.
Yeah, he's won it 2 of the last 3 years. Is that what it is?
Yep.
And 3 of them.
Kind of a problem. I'm glad the Lakers don't have.
Just a beast.
They're going to have to beat somebody good. I subscribe to that. I'd rather kick the most difficult opponent further down the road.
Right.
That's me. I'd rather have an opening act and then.
Oh, me too.
Then get to the
By
hard
the way,
part
in
first.
that first round,
You
if
get
the
the
Lakers
Warriors.
hold the 3, it could be Warriors, could be Clippers.
Yeah.
Could be Clippers.
Which
in the
one would
first
you
round.
pick? I'd rather have the Warriors just for the drama.
Well, there's drama on either side,
And they could send you
The
home.
Clippers have never faced the Lakers in the postseason.
Right.
Clippers haven't faced a lot of teams.
I wouldn't want to.
They haven't gotten far enough to face a lot.
I'd say that the Warriors are more dangerous offensively. The
Oh,
Clippers,
yeah.
Clippers play a good defense. I don't think they score enough.
And the Warriors are the box office series.
And
that's the one the networks want.
Yeah.
since
Bingo.
they've gotten Jimmy Butler, they don't lose very often.
they
They're
lose
a
a lot.
totally different
Yeah.
team. There's Roki, a little bit better. They get the
Little.
Nats a little bit later today.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Welcome back, Mace.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Little super
Good to see you,
cross talk. We'll
Marcus.
see you tomorrow.
All right. Let's go.
ESPN LA is hitting the road. Tune in Monday, April 14th to Sedano and Cap as we broadcast live from SeaWorld San Diego. We'll explore the nation's largest standalone jellyfish exhibit, the all-new